You're listening to M.T.V.B. Podcast. Movies, TV, video and board games. This show may contain swearing.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the M.T.V.B. Podcast. This is the podcast that talks about movies, TV shows, video games and board games. I'm your host Anthony, as most people know me as the Ant-Man. And this episode we're going to be talking about RPG/open world video games. And I'm joined by a bunch of guys here who love to talk about video games. Guys, introduce yourselves around the table, please.
Hi, I am Goku.
It's Coach here again.
Hi guys, it's Big Guy here.
Hi, I'm John. How you doing, guys?
So, RPGs, guys, are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
So,
Let's do this.
For those people that don't do video games, what does RPG stand for?
Good question.
Do
you know, John?
Yeah, role-playing game. So, it's a bit of a broad term, though.
Yeah.
Any game, really. Well, most games you play as a character. You're playing the role of someone, aren't you? So
Yeah.
you could say most games out there are RPGs.
See, it's interesting. RPG is not my type of game. I'm gonna say that, right? Like, I kind of thought
So why are you on the
I'm
episode?
sorry, you guys straight. I thought it's like Dungeons and Demons and Dragons, and all this and all that, right? And then one time, Gal was like, "You got to play this game," which I'll tell you about later. And I was like, "Oh, this is an RPG." You know, and I thought, oh, it's not just about defeating this huge monster and getting his XP down and a group of you doing it together. There's more to it. So yeah, and I like RPGs now.
When I think of RPG, I always like predominantly just any games that has a leveling system. I think we were talking about earlier, John.
Oh, yeah.
Like you level up and you progressively get your character stronger. That's in my head. Whenever the term role-playing RPG, that's what I think of.
Yeah, but again, that's like I say, it's like any game that you're playing, usually, I think most of them anyway, you would better your character to be able to progress through the game. So therefore,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to fight the boss man at the end of the game if you're just starting out, like level 1 or whatever you want to class it as, are you?
But Red Dead or GTA games, they're not role. I don't consist.
They are.
They are. I don't call them RPGs.
I don't know.
It's because you can upgrade. You can get better weapons.
No, but there's no leveling system.
This is the big debate between the open world /RPG thing.
Yeah.
Whereas most people say, this is what we're going to go back to earlier, Gokul. We were saying about to do our lists, and then you were like, oh, but GTA is open world, right? It's like,
exactly.
Yes.
It is open. I personally see GTA as more open world than RPG.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because if you go through Google and look up the definition of an open world game, it'll say basically that any game where you've more or less got like free roam in the world, which games like GTA and that have. You're not set in it's not set in a building where you go from floor to floor and kill, say, zombies or whatever. So
it's not linear, basically.
That would be a cool open world game, though.
That would be pretty cool.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. Very good.
There's a level of that coming into the Division.
I think the element of being able to grind for better gear, that's the basis of an RPG.
Yeah.
Whether it be, Division 2, Destiny 2.
Yeah. I think all games literally, I don't know. It's very hard to tie any game down to one level, if you know what I mean. Because it's like we were just saying about Diablo. Diablo is an RPG, but it's classed as an action RPG. There are other games that would literally just be an RPG. There are others, like what we're going to discuss soon, which are classed as open world RPGs. So
By the way,
I think it depends on the game and the environment you're playing. Your character plays in.
Yeah. Going back to grinding, right? I only knew about this term quite recently. So I was thinking, I was like, I'm grinding the Division. And I'm like, what are you doing?
That doesn't mean you rub yourself against your controller.
For a second, I was like, what are they doing to this game? Play the goddamn game. Put the disc in your console. But it makes sense now.
Big G, do you remember when Little J put he put Uncharted 4 into an Xbox, then he texted me saying, mate, you sent me a dodgy Xbox.
No. So basically, Little J bought Ant's Xbox off him.
Okay.
No, it was off a friend of mine.
Oh, right.
It wasn't mine.
Yeah, but it was through Ant.
Yeah.
And I think he, I think a recent game come out, and It was for the PlayStation, I believe.
Exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
And he was putting it in the Xbox. And he was messaging him while we were at work, because, your mate stole me a dodgy Xbox. It's not working.
He had the right on with me. He's like, get hold of your mate. He stole me a dodgy Xbox. He's like, no, bro, you put it in the wrong console.
Was he trying to play Last of Us in it or something?
No, Uncharted.
That's Enough said.
What a loser.
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
god.
apart from that question, my other question to you guys is now: can you remember your first RPG that you ever played?
Good question.
I can go first if you want.
Yeah, go on, Anne.
Yeah,
So basically, mine was Final Fantasy VII on PlayStation 1.
Amazing.
It was one that was obviously highly recommended, and it was kind of big at the time because everyone was like, "You've got to play this. You've got to play this." Gave it a go, and I was happy with the whole story. The story was phenomenal. Graphics were brilliant at the time. But then when it got to...
It's your turn.
That was a big turn off to... I mean, I played it, don't get me wrong, but that was the downside of the RPG for me, was the turn-based attack.
Turn-based.
Isn't my turn now? No, you hit me, no, I hit you. It's like...
But that was the start of, like...
But don't get me wrong, the game itself is phenomenal. It still is to this day. But I just cannot grasp that. But having said that, the remake doesn't have that in it anymore now. So
that's what I'm saying. There's more updated versions now, because obviously times moved on.
Yeah.
Now it's more like action.
So here we are, right? So RPGs, after I was affected badly by this whole turn-based fight thing, that I never played another RPG for 13 years.
Wow.
Oh my god!
So
Because to me, all RPGs do that.
No.
Yeah.
And now, but I obviously was ignorant gamer at the time and didn't realise that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
And I missed out on a lot of stuff, like the first 3 Fallouts, for example. I missed out
Okay.
because I thought it being RPG, it's like, no, it's your turn. Now you hit me.
You forget Fallout's an RPG. I forgot.
Yeah.
I mean, I
What was yours,
specifically will not play turn-based games, no matter how good they look. If I see a trailer for a game, or someone says, "Oh, look, here's a good game coming out," and I look it up and I find out that it's turn-based, I'll just turn the trailer off. I'm not interested. Will not play them. I don't have the patience for it.
But that's the start of RPGs. That's, you can't go wrong with it.
Well, not all
with the
of them,
technology they had, that's all
at the time, I suppose, but not
He's
not
right. Look at the start of first-person shooter, Doom, and compared to now, look how far it's come.
That's
That's the start of RPG, so it's gonna have its flaws.
It's gonna evolve,
Doom wasn't turn-based, so.
Yeah, but no. What I'm saying is like that was the start of first-person shooter. And
I suppose if you look at
it now,
because we were just talking about that series on Netflix, High Score, and a lot of games started out like you say, you do your move, and then the computer or AI or whatever you want to call it does a move.
My turn.
I just don't have.
You guys have missed a lot out of the role-playing game.
I'm so glad you said that. Honestly, John and Anne, I think I'm in the same boat as you, because that's what put me off from it at first. I was like,
totally
I
agree.
have not got time for this.
No.
It's like a board game when you put down a card. No, it's your turn to put your card down. It's
But you
like
like board games, though.
stupid, man. I love board games.
Yeah,
That's
but
what the podcast is.
But that's just it, though. It's a time and a place.
Yeah.
You expect it with board games because that's how a board game works. You play your cards, and then the next
not someone
player plays
sabotage our mission. Big G. Hashtag Dead of Winter.
Good game, by the way.
So that was my first RPG. Can you? Anyone else
My
remember this?
first one that I remember is Diablo. The first Diablo, I suppose.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
When did that come out?
I can't remember now.
Was that on the
1990, something like that.
It was in the 90s. Right?
Yeah.
What was that? What console was that?
Go on, PC. Got to get them in there, haven't you? It was around 1990, 1988, something like that. I can't remember exactly when
Really?
it was.
Yeah, they won 88.
I don't know.
Someone Google that shit.
Oh, we've done it already, haven't we? We've done it already.
Yeah.
So I can't. Yeah.
Okay.
G's looking it up.
So
now.
did it?
That's the first one I can remember off the top of my head, because I used to play. I started playing like flight sim games, and then Sim Myers, which was technically turn-based, I
1997,
suppose.
by the way.
87.
Wow.
There you go.
87?
97.
97.
I was going to say, there's no way it's 87. No way.
No. Wow. So I mean, obviously, thing is, I'm probably playing. I think Doom was out before that, so maybe it was Doom then.
Oh, Doom.
Doom's not an RPG, bro.
That's a first-person shooter.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I
first-person.
know, but I'm just thinking off the top of my head.
See, that kind of RPG, I wouldn't want it to evolve. It shouldn't. It should stay the way it is. The top-down, bird's eye view, loot and grab. That's what it should be, not like turn-based.
I don't know.
That's what Diablo 3 done, innit? It just took that and it just made it better graphics. That's all.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I mean, it's like we were said in the first or second podcast we were talking about games. It's like Fallout 4. Love Fallout 4. Love Fallout 3. Never played the first two because they were top down. But I'd like to see them. I'd like to see them revamped and done like 3 and 4.
Isn't the original Fallout 1 was like turn-based as well, though?
Yeah, what was that?
It may well have been. Like I said, I never played the two mainly because it was top down.
What does that mean if it's turn-based?
No, it's your turn.
It's your turn. It's my turn. It's your turn.
That's going to be a big thing. That
My first sort of roleplay, I think I mentioned it before, is like obviously I had played Final Fantasy 7, but I didn't completed it. But my first one was Final Fantasy 9. Then I went backwards, like playing 8 and 7.
Yeah.
So I would say Final Fantasy 9, and oh man, what a game!
Final Fantasy,
and also probably Pokemon as well. Like, I still think it's like.
Does that count?
Yes, it's turn-based.
I'm so
no. Is it RPG though? Pokemon.
I'll say
How is it?
It is.
Yeah, it is definitely.
I never thought of that.
So pretty much your top 5 is Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue.
Our top 10 is based on open world, isn't it? So it's not.
But is Pokemon?
Open
our
world.
top 5 is RPG / open world. So you can
I
have
wouldn't
both.
I wouldn't class that as open world because it's more story driven. You're not one.
What, Pokemon?
It's not open world. You can't
Well, technically, Pokemon.
kind of
The recent one with your mobile.
One where you're going around looking for things.
You're right.
Technically open world. Yeah,
The ones I agree.
Was it? Is it Pokemon Go?
Pokemon Go, yeah.
That's what I'm
Shield
thinking
and
of.
Sword.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Interesting. I think it's.
So that's on his list now.
When you talk about games, I
just hitting his
forget
phone.
about mobile games. Apart from the Switch, mobile games or anything like that, you just don't come to you don't think of it.
You never think of RPG on mobile games. Although, I mean,
Yes,
okay,
RPG,
I'm
just
an
game in general.
Apple
now.
fanboy here, so I've got an iPhone, and I'm
Get the
looking.
fuck out of the house.
Yes, Android or nothing here.
But you see, even on the Android store, I'm sure if you go on the Android store or whatever, and you look at the games, there's a lot of RPG games there.
It
I know on the
depends on
other-
the
Let's play Raid Shadow Legends.
Actually saying that, I've got the Castlevania.
Start now for free.
I've got Castlevania installed on my phone. Which
one?
Symphony.
Symphony of the Night's the
Yeah.
best one, man.
Yeah.
That and number 4 anyway.
right?
Still haven't had time to play.
Coach, can you remember your first RPG?
Yeah, my one was on the. I think we actually did mention it before. It was on the Game Boy Advance, Golden Sun.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Just wait for him to say Pokemon.
Never played it.
No.
Yeah, you brought that up on the previous episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. I mean, everything you want. Turn-based, it's your turn, and it's my turn. But what you guys say, I'll say it.
Because I'm going to crack up like Bimmy and Jimmy again.
3 minutes 15.
Yeah.
That's the record.
5 hours later.
I can't believe that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a simple story, nothing too eccentric like Final Fantasy, but I would say Final Fantasy would have been the first one, but I didn't personally play it. I came back to it after. Thinking about it now, wouldn't Super Mario 64 count as open world? Well, it's not.
I wouldn't say
RPG?
so.
Not even Odyssey?
Odyssey, yes, definitely.
Which Odyssey?
Odyssey would be.
It's the Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Mario Odyssey.
Mario
Yeah.
Galaxy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mario Galaxy. I played that. Sick game.
But then you could probably go as far back as Sunshine and say it's open world, really, couldn't you?
Yes.
Oh man, it's hard, isn't it?
But personally, I wouldn't count Mario. Mario is always, to me, going to be a platformer, regardless if it does end up turning open world. Mario, to me, would still be a platformer, regardless. It's like the new Crash 4. The new Crash 4 looks amazing and looks like it's... to me, it's still a platformer, regardless how much they try and change the gameplay.
Yeah.
Although, I think Mario... Paper Mario. There's a new one as well. That obviously was probably maybe RPG.
But then there was actually Mario RPG on the Super Nintendo, wasn't there?
Was it on the Super Nintendo?
Yeah. Did you ever know about that?
What's it called?
Mario RPG.
Oh, is
Super
that
Mario
what it's
RPG.
I
Yeah.
don't know that.
Look up, Google it up. There's one on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
Or you come and try it on the Stranger Things arcade.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Definitely. There was definitely one.
That's so cool.
Very cool. What was your
Nice.
first RPG?
See, my first one was originally I thought, well, it would be Fallout 3 that I got introduced to by the girls, who've introduced me to a lot about different kind of games and stuff,
Fallout, good series, Fallout. Yeah.
100%.
We're sort of like your mentors.
Yeah, weirdly enough, unofficially, it's really good. Then I thought about Pokemon. Again, right? Is it an RPG, open world? I don't know, but it's that whole turn-based thing.
Definitely
like
RPG,
fighting.
but no.
Yeah. No, exactly.
But you never played that.
It'd probably be.
You always hated me watching Dragon Ball Z or watching.
He likes his realistic stuff.
Yeah, but I liked it though, especially the cheat for the Mew when you got to go up and down that little grey thing, and then Mew would turn
do you
up.
remember that?
Yeah, that was the little
That
cheat
was
for that. And I thought
it's
that was
like
really
on the
cool.
coast of. Oh man, what's
Yeah.
that? I can't forgot that cities. The cities
what's
in
that?
like in the game, the Pokemon game.
Yeah, on the Pokemon
right.
game, John. So there's like
Never
a.
played Pokemon. So.
It's funny. Mewtwo's like a big Pokemon. I remember I used to watch Gal play, and there'll be like this stretch of island, and
There
like
was a
so
glitch.
you walk up and down, and just like the algorithm in the game was that if you're in that area, there is a chance, a probability that you'd hit a Pokemon
And you get like
fight it, right?
super buffed up Pokemon as well, not just
Yes, exactly.
Mew. Yeah.
So
I
that kind
remember
of
getting
RPG,
a level 80 Rhyhorn or something like that.
Yeah. 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 So basically, you're going up there and you hit Mew. You run into Mewtwo.
How do you remember
and that's
that?
like
You didn't even
Mewtwo.
play the game.
I was like, I borrowed it from you, and then I think I broke the cartridge. I didn't tell you about that. I'll pay you back. It was good. It was a good game. Yeah, but I think realistically, it'd probably be Fallout 3. That'd probably be the first RPG.
It's good.
I
Yeah, it's a
played.
good thing
Yeah.
to go and
game.
start with.
Loved it.
See, I wish I'd probably
Definitely
start
gonna
with something like
have
that because
Yeah.
that wasn't turn-based in the end, was it?
No.
No.
Yeah, some good choices there, guys. So, was there ever an RPG game that made you decide, I like RPGs? I'm going to stick to playing them.
Yeah. Diablo for me.
Still the
Oh, yeah.
1987 Diablo.
1997, isn't it?
Did you not ever? Would you consider something like Command and Conquer like an RPG?
That's turn-based, right?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. It's got that kind of...
Yeah.
The big thing about RPGs.
Yeah. No,
It's a running theme.
I'll stick with Diablo really because I've been really into the Diablo series of games, and I'm desperately hoping that the next one will come out soon, but it probably won't. But yeah, I mean,
Nice.
Yeah.
Diablo probably
What
started
was,
it all off for me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, so you say you played a bunch of RPG games. What was the game that defined you saying, I'm going to carry on playing RPGs?
That's hard because
That's a good question.
straight off the bat, I enjoyed all the RPG games I
Oh yeah,
played. I mean, there was a time where I thought, oh, this is when they it's funny because when they actually took that turn-based away from some of the Final Fantasy games, I was actually like, oh man, I'm not actually liking it. I think Final Fantasy 11 did that. 12, where it was more action based and that's where I was like drifting apart from RPG. But there was I would say probably like my Final Fantasy.
Yeah, because to me, because I like I said, I played a specific one which is in my top 5, that got me back into RPGs. But I think something like Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
yeah.
Made me decide I do really enjoy RPGs. I have played a bunch of RPGs beforehand, but because Assassin's Creed has essentially changed its gameplay,
Yeah, they
it
had
never
to.
used to be
They had to,
RPG
yeah.
element, did it? It was very repetitive and it got kind of boring.
Exactly.
And then when they changed it, because I love the whole Greek mythology thing, so when I went back to Assassin's Creed, because I didn't play Origins first, I went and did Odyssey. I enjoyed the shit out of that game. I really, really enjoyed
Amazing
that.
game. Lovely.
And I just sat and thought to myself, because with the graphics and stuff and whatnot, this is they can do this with
a lot of.
you know what I'm saying? It's just and
Thing is, you're right. I remember Assassin's Creed 1 when it first came out. It was like mind-boggling. The graphics was amazing. The game, you jump off, levers and then assassinate people. But then it got repetitive. I played the second one. I was like, I'd remember not completing it, and then I think I played 3. I think, and then I left it after that, and then Black Flag got me back into it.
But then I believe after Black Flag there was a gap again because
same.
Brotherhood came out, Syndicate came out, and everyone was like, it's boring, it's repetitive. So when Origins had brought it back and made it RPG, I think that's when it kind of brought. I'm kind of gutted I didn't play that before Odyssey, but I have gone back and played Origins. It is a damn good game.
It's that aspect
They're both
of RPG where, like, you you find loot, you just better yourself, and then you can go out and fight and other enemies and get stronger and stronger. That's what
That's what RPG
RPG
is
for me.
Yeah, because like the story itself is moving on, so you have to level your character to move on with the story.
Sure.
So, yeah, you're playing the role of a character. You get a choice. Usually, you get a choice of a character or a couple of characters at the start of the game.
Yeah,
that was new though for Odyssey, wasn't it? First time you get to choose a character, don't you?
No,
yes, it was. Male or female.
They started it with Origins, and Odyssey continued the thingy.
No, I want to say something why John picked his character first.
Yeah.
No, go on then.
No, I won't put him on the spot. But no, I said, I played a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I did a gap from RPGs when there. But when I played Odyssey, I just thought, damn, this is.
Yeah.
I just really enjoyed playing. And the thing is, I've gone back on a few since then now, and because I've missed out, everyone's jumped ahead of me. Like you guys have played Origins and whatnot before me, so I had to go back and play that, and it made me want to continue playing them. Like I used to be heavily multiplayer Xbox Live based, and ever since I've gone back to RPGs, I'm kind of that lone gamer now. I don't care about as much playing online anymore.
Yeah,
and I think that's like the power of the RPG, if you will.
It's true. It's interesting because, like, with an RPG, when you think about the journey of this character, this main guy, and you look at him at the end when you complete the game, and if you look back and you kind of reminisce on this character, and he's like ultimately like a puny thing, and he had nothing, in one hit, and he'll get killed, and then he's this huge, like, amazing. He or she's like, this.
Well, it's a lot of it's the journey. It's the journey to end game.
Yes, exactly.
And
you're a huge part of it. It's like like in other linear games, like the story. It kind of because it's linear, the game does it for you. But in this one, it's you doing it.
It
and
depends
you have that
on the depth of the story. It's like it's like for me, I've liked most of the Assassin's Creed games.
Oh yeah,
not all of them. We were just saying there's a couple of not stinkers, but they're weaker ones, shall we say?
Sure.
But it's the level for me with Origins and then with Odyssey. It was the level they went through to make that story believable. Yes. It's like there's an awful lot of like that we know about Egyptian mythology, and they've incorporated all of that into the first game.
Exactly. Yeah.
The places, characters, gods, all of that. It's all in there. And if you did any of that at school or whatever, you'll recognise certain names and things as you play the game. The same with Odyssey. Yeah. To a bigger degree, I think.
Right. And you meet those characters as well.
Yes.
That you're learning about in school, and you're like, oh, this is a dream come true. It's like.
So what makes the game then is the depth to the story. You either want to continue playing it to get to end game, or in a couple of cases with some of the games that I've done, you get like halfway and it's like, I don't know.
But then are you actually enjoying the Greek mythology bit of it, or the actual RPG aspect of it?
Yeah, like the mechanic.
See, with Origins, I was always interested in Egyptian mythology anyway, so that attracted me to the game straight away. It's a bit like the upcoming Valhalla. I'm so interested in Vikings. So the minute I heard they were doing a Vikings game, I was like, that's it, I'm buying it. I don't care what the story's about. Based on Origins and Odyssey, I knew it was going to be good. So I had the interest in Egyptian mythology already when I went into Origins. Following the story along, like you were just saying, I was getting to meet characters that I've only heard about. They've put them into the game and stuff like that. So I wanted to play the whole game. I wanted to get the next level and the next level after that. I wanted to get to the end game. Right. And I've done all of that. And then I did exactly the same. They did even better job of, in my view anyway, of Odyssey. And again, I had the interest in the Greek mythology, so that attracted me into that story. So,
John, are you sponsored by EA?
Ubisoft, yeah.
But hear me out there. I loved Origins.
Yeah, Origins.
And then I played Odyssey. I don't complete it. It was good, damn good game, but
it's a very long.
You obviously didn't have the interest.
So much to do.
But that's the whole point of it.
It's just like, I get sidetracked with the side missions.
Okay, Gal, if you played this game 10 years ago, where there wasn't like the Xbox Game Pass and stuff, where you could focus on this game and not get distracted by everything, would you have completed it? Because I'm having that problem now. I'm playing Odyssey, and I love that game, and building on that might be my top 5. Big hint.
Yeah.
But seriously,
This is number one, guys.
but I'm telling you, there is a lot
So
to do,
much
and
to
I
do.
love that. But I wish I was playing that in a time when
When you're at school or
Yeah, but
something.
this-
yeah, I wish I
see-
had no
you
internet
see-
connection now.
Yeah, but it's like
It's
like
like-
obviously get ready with the button. I'm a PC player.
Yes.
And although I don't use an Xbox, I have got the PC pass for Xbox, so I get to play the same games as you guys.
Sure.
If they're cross-play, it's even better.
Yeah.
But for me, the only negative, in my point of view anyway, everyone might disagree with me, but the only negative that I have to, like we'll say, the Game Pass, is that you're not buying that game, technically. Okay, you're paying X amount per month to play the games, but you haven't spent 40 quid or whatever it is on that game. In the older days, if you spent 40 quid on a game, you wanted to finish that game because you spent 40 bloody pound on it.
I agree
Now,
with that. Yeah.
you're not spending that 40 pound for that game. So now the only thing attracting you to the game is the story. And if the developers didn't do a good enough job and they lose you, like what G is saying, about halfway through the game,
You go something else.
that little voice in your head is saying, "Yeah, but I didn't pay anything for the game." So I kind of, so you kind of go off. I'll come back to it tomorrow, and tomorrow becomes like a month from now, sort of thing. Whereas if you spent
So
all that money,
basically, John's saying, pay 40 quid, play the game for about a year, you've earned your money, move on to the next one. Right,
Yeah.
so my next question to you guys is, would you consider certain games like Borderlands or Dark Souls to be RPG elemented?
Yeah.
Good question.
yes,
Because Borderlands is very much down as a looter shooter,
Yes.
not an RPG.
Yeah.
So would you consider that looter shooter or RPG, or both?
It's a bit of both, don't you think? Because, I mean, you got the basic principle of RPG is the leveling based system.
Yes.
You do level up, and to use certain weapons, you actually need the level requirement as you would any other game, like in Destiny or in Dark Souls, for that fact. You need certain strength to wield a weapon. It is a fun, loot and grabber, but I think more of it is essentially a RPG.
Underneath it is RPG, both of them, regardless.
Yeah, which goes back to
no
what I
matter
was
how
saying.
they dress it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, that term.
So you wouldn't
loot-
say Dark Souls was hack and slash?
again,
no,
you see,
underneath
that's
it
another
is
term.
RPG. Because the element of your character development wise, like you get stronger gear, you level him up. It's still like RPG. Same with Borderlands.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's like Diablo. They call Diablo is an RPG. It's classed as what they call an ARPG, so it's an action RPG.
Are you sponsored by Blizzard as well?
No, but what I'm saying is, a lot
It
of
gets
people.
endorsed every time he says Diablo.
Diablo. But the thing is, Diablo and those type of games are also called dungeon crawlers.
Oh,
So is it? So to me, it's not either an RPG or a dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
It's an RPG with dungeon crawler elements to it. It's the same as what you're saying about hack and slash.
Isn't that loot based though, Diablo?
Yes. So most of these games that we're talking about today are generally going to be loot based, but they're only loot based because you need to forward your character. You need to build your character, and the whole point of building your character is that you need to have reached a certain level, whether it be a weapon or or character, to be able to fight the end game.
It's a reward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Dark
Well, it
Souls,
isn't- it's-
you go through a certain hard part of the area, but at the end there's a reward. Like a certain item that
A
gets you
certain
through to the
boss,
next level, or a weapon.
Yeah.
Same as what's it called? Borderlands. We mentioned.
Yeah.
It's a reward-based system. Obviously, that game just keeps on giving.
Yeah.
But underneath it all, like I said, it's just a role-playing game, and
Yeah,
it's
because
just
you
the way
can't
it's used is
progress.
different.
You can't progress much further in the games unless you've got a certain character, player level and weapon level and stuff like that. So, and then to get those levels, you have to loot corpses or boxes or whatever it is the game gives you.
Yep.
And the harder the dungeon, the
better the
more
reward.
Better the
rewards.
loot,
It says
right?
it's in World of Warcraft,
And
That is
you
the
and you
basics.
know that you know that because let's say for argument's sake you're level 12. You know that if you can get into a level 15 area and hold your own, you're going to find that weapon quicker. You may not be able to use it yet, but you'll have already got it.
Yeah. That's
So
how
there is-
the algorithm for that, or whatever
Yeah.
it is that they do. That it's done on purpose, because
Yeah.
I'm finding that even in the Assassin's Creed games and stuff, or even the Fallout, like if you fight a harder boss,
Yeah.
if you
The
can
drop is
somehow
better,
do
yeah.
it early and just
You get
like
it,
you
yeah.
get better.
It's like a lot of games now.
Yeah.
What it is, because it used to be like you know, you're playing at level 12, and so you would have level 12 gear dropped. But what a lot of games are doing now is they're adding modifications to those weapons. So now you're not just finding the weapon,
Or-
you're finding the like in Horizon Zero Dawn, you're finding modifications for that weapon. So you might find a level 12 weapon with, say, for argument's sake, 2 mod slots. And as you're going around in level 12 or 13, you might find those 2 mod slots, or things that will go in there. So even though you're only like, say, level 12, you may well be able to make your weapon strong enough to be able to take on level 15 or 16 or whatever. So
Or
they've
some-
changed the
some
game
games-
again now by doing
Some
that.
games just do microtransactions, pay 5x.
Well, yeah, but
Defeats.
I hate
Microtransactions,
No,
yeah.
no.
Now.
Dire
Why,
death
why
games.
would you not let Goku grind?
Hey, his definition
It's
of
all
grinding
about
is
the
different.
climb, man. It's all about the climb.
Let him grind so
Yeah.
he can get it.
But I think that would just ruin the RPG. There's no point.
No.
It
Yeah.
defeats the purpose.
There's no room
Exactly.
for microtransactions
It's
in
like,
my game. You're paying to win then, aren't you?
I
And that
recently
defeats the
booted
issue
up,
in my view. So,
Recently booted up Far Cry 5.
yeah.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
and I was like, I know you said it is probably a good game.
Far Cry 5 is a
I
good
like
game.
it.
I didn't enjoy it as much. I was like,
Yeah, I know you were saying. Yeah,
Just
you
like,
weren't really into.
I don't know. I'm probably not in the mood to it. But the one thing
Yeah.
that put me off is like you go to the menu or go to the vendors in the game. It's like they advertise the
But this-
microtransaction. I was like,
But this is what I was
Really?
saying,
But-
because I played Fallout, Horizon Zero Dawn over lockdown.
Yeah,
And then straight
yeah.
after that,
Yeah.
I went into Red Dead Redemption 2,
Okay.
which I'm not being funny. I know there's people going to listen to know what the hell is he saying. I'm not a fan of Red Dead 2. How Horizon? Now, hear me out.
God.
How Horizon went from fast-paced action, sci-fi, dinosaur hunting, robot killers
Yeah.
to slow-paced, boring
Yeah.
cowboy shit. Okay. So, but this is what
I
I'm saying.
don't- I disagree
You
with
have
the
just
boring
come
bit, but
from
yeah, go on.
defeating Dark Souls, Bloodborne, whatnot.
Yeah,
so you've
yeah.
gone through that element now, where you've gone to a completely
Yeah.
different game now,
Yes.
and you're not in
Yeah.
the mood for it.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
No, I
So that's
understand
what
it.
you've done with. I've done.
No, I understand
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's because all of a sudden that momentum is just slowed down, and I know exactly what you're saying, Anne, and
Yeah.
I kind of wish that in a sense you didn't play that and played Red Dead, like, because for me I remember there was a period when I played Red Dead 2. It was before that, went on holiday. You know, where some of the guys and stuff. And before that, I wasn't really playing games as much. And then it was like the first major AAA game that I was playing, and it was like, wow, you know, because all of a sudden, like, you know, I'd kind of gone to my normal. But you're so right. If you play a fast-paced game and it's slow, or if
Yeah.
it's vice versa,
Yeah,
know
because what's the girl's
Yeah,
name
affects
in
it. Yeah.
Horizon? What's she called?
Aloy.
Aloy, right?
Aloy.
Right.
Yeah.
So when Aloy walks around, press triangle to pick up. Boom, done in a second. But when you go to Red Dead Redemption 2, pick up item, he has to like bend over, break his back. Come on, pal, just pick the fucking thing up already,
you've
will
got to
you?
press and hold.
Press and hold, and then pick up his bunny, and then just
Gotta say, you're gonna be hitting a lot of nerves on that.
Especially
that's-
James.
Red Dead 2, man. It's so
Yes, but then-
boring, bro.
Yes, but then you see, maybe on the PC, because I didn't find that
Don't
on the
even
PC.
stop, John.
Yeah, but I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
But I've played. I haven't finished it, but I've played
Yeah.
about nearly halfway
One of many
through, I
games
suppose,
you
on.
haven't completed.
Shut up.
Well, that's my next question. So
Yeah.
my next question is, I know this is going to hit John hard when I say this, but is there ever a game, especially RPG, where you've started it and left it for a while and not gone back to it for ages, and then, here's what I'm saying. So you start it, don't think much of it, like you said with Far Cry 5, but then you actually go back to it years later and go, do you know what, this isn't actually a bad game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I mean, we just talked about it now. Actually, it actually happened to me with
Red Dead.
Red Dead 2. Yeah,
Red Dead 2.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was an amazing game once I completed it, but I don't know. I just felt it was, you know,
Yeah, come on.
same old Rockstar again.
Yeah,
From
you
the
need to be in
beginning.
the mood to play it. To be fair,
And yeah, it's just that I think I needed that mood, and I went back
Cowboy
into it.
shouldn't you? Pew, pew.
Yeah, I know you're
Stupid.
listening, and I agree with you. I think you're right. You know, you have to be in a mood for.
you have to be in the right mood to play that
it's
game.
the
to be fair.
same way as I was there for Far Cry 5.
Yeah.
But I think you have to like
Be
give
in the
it
mood.
time, and you
Yeah.
have to appreciate Red Dead. I think it's
yeah.
like
It's not going to happen, bro.
At the moment, I think it's
I played the first 6 hours. I can't do anymore. That was enough.
I appreciate it, but open world in that game is amazing. I think it's one of the best I've seen.
I'm sure it is, but it's just not
amazing.
for me, dude. In all fairness, I'm not the biggest cowboy Indian fan ever.
That's probably that's what's off-putting for me.
I mean, I can just about get through a game of Bang, let alone play Red Dead. I love the first one, completed the first one, and I love the DLC, the different, which was the Undead Nightmare.
Oh, that was cool.
Red Dead. It was amazing. So when 2 came out, I was hyped up for it. But like you said, coming straight off of Fallout, I keep saying Fallout. When you come off of Horizon Zero Dawn, straight into Red Dead was a definite no-no. It's just, it's making it too realistic, and I can't play games that are too realistic.
Oh, well, you never know.
See,
you never used to be a fan of RPG.
This is true, exactly.
13 years later, you're back into it.
Exactly. When Red Dead 4's out, I'm sure I'll go back and play it. So that is a possibility,
Going back to your question, I think there's games that I've stopped playing, but I can't actually remember going back.
Go back to it. There's a lot of it you've completed, haven't you? You've kind of followed through.
There's actually a game in my top 5, which I'm going to touch on about.
Oh, right.
Which brings back to this question. That's why I'm asking you guys if you had the same sort of effect to it.
I think I know what that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So don't say anything.
Okay. I might have avoided games because of reviews or something, and then I went back to it because maybe one of you guys have mentioned, actually you need to go back. But before I actually play a game, I actually make sure I look at it properly. Like, am I gonna before I would just get it just for the sake of I will get all the AAA games. Like, thinking back now, I'll get all the AAA games, and then I'll miss out on all the ones that got overshadowed. For instance, Shadow Warrior 2 that I'm playing right now.
Yeah, but that's first person though.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying. So stuff like that. So I'm actually going now. I'm going back. I'm actually missing out the AAA games, and I'm going back to playing the ones I missed out.
The question's more: have you started one?
No,
wasn't in the mood for it, but went back to it.
For me, it was Fallout 76, actually. And the reason was because it came with the Xbox. It came pre-installed in the Xbox. Right. And I got a special Fallout 76 edition. It's robot white and everything. So it's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. I'll send you a picture. I haven't showed you.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Quiet.
Yeah. Surprise. But and I played it because it was pre-installed. And I love Fallout. So I was playing that. And then after a while, it didn't really do it for me. But then the time that I left it, and I literally got back into it about a month later, and there's all these updates, especially the Wastelanders update. That was the one thing that was missing. And a lot of people in the Bethesda community wanted that back. The NPCs and kind of that role playing.
Because I was a big like we just sort of touched on. I was a big Fallout fan.
Yeah.
So when they announced Fallout 76, I thought, oh my god, this is going to be so amazing.
Same.
So I had it pre-ordered. So I had it day one, and I didn't see the bugs and the things that people were going on about at first because I was so interested in playing the game, I was kind of blinded. Right. So I went in without sort of thinking, and I suppose about maybe 10 hours or more into the game, I started thinking, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
And of course, everyone's going on about there's no NPCs to talk to anymore. So therefore there's no side missions and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, actually, they're right,
It's true.
And I missed that from the other games.
Yeah.
So I kind of it tailed off.
Exactly.
And I want to now that like you say, now they've done all the updates and the Wastelanders and so. I'm tempted to go back to it now because I think they've righted the issues that it had.
Yeah.
So I would. It's a game I will go back to, but I haven't yet. So I know in like what Ant is saying. There was another game like I used to play was like Path of Exile was an RPG. I played the hell out of that game, and then they added one or two things to it that I didn't really like, and it kind of put me off. And I kind of go back to it every now and again, but I haven't finished the game.
Do you ever think you will?
I don't think I will because the way there's talks of a new one coming out, and I think they've learnt. They added things that to me made the game harder.
Okay.
Sorry, did you just ask if John's going to finish a game?
I do actually finish games. I just haven't got many.
Just give it a year.
I can't wait.
He needs to earn his money. Earn that shit. Grind that shit. Grind it.
Yeah, for me,
grind it, John.
Yeah, well, yes, this is an in-joke. So eventually we will come across how long I've been playing on certain games.
Yeah, for me, I think.
I reckon he'll do it with Horizon now. I reckon he'll finish that.
Well, this before
he's doing well.
Path of Exile, I have nearly 1,000 hours in it.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah, 980, 990 hours in
Get
Path
the
of
fuck
Exile.
out of here.
Have we lived 1,000?
I think you've earned your 40 quid, mate.
Yeah, but
I think it's one and done there, mate.
I think Path of Exile.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. I got quite a long way through the game, and then they so it's not like they added something like a month later
John,
or whatever.
are you
know?
sure they don't owe you money now?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, it should pay you.
Yeah, but then some of the games on my list, which you probably know about, I've put more in.
Nice.
So yeah,
Looking forward to hearing.
Yeah. What about you? Could
Yeah.
you?
Oh, yeah.
No, you've already said it. Yeah, I don't.
Dead.
I don't think I went back. If I dropped the game, that's it. Me done.
You've left it. It's
I
done.
don't think.
So
I
will,
did.
depends
will
on the
you
game.
go back to Far Cry 5?
I've got it. I've purchased it. I got it on discount, but I don't think I will, man.
I don't know. I think you should, right? What do you think?
I love Far Cry,
Same.
It's weird,
I loved
isn't
it.
it?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
see, I liked Far Cry.
Yeah.
It's like Witcher 3.
5 was quite unique.
I never finished Witcher 3, but I intend to go back to it.
Yeah.
So not like
but will you finish it?
yeah, I intend to
$1
because
million question.
I think
Right,
another
5,000
another
hours
game
later.
came up and I got sort of sidetracked by another game, but I will go back to it. Yeah,
I think for
enjoyed it.
John, like, if he plays a game, like, I think if he knows he's not going to get 900 hours of it, he doesn't
That's got nothing to do with it.
That was a good question, Anne.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
again, so this question is going to go back to what we said earlier, which is the difference between the open world and RPG thing. So you're saying GTA isn't an RPG, it's an open world.
Yeah.
What else would you say is within that
Realm.
realm of
What, open
GTA?
world or-
Yeah, what would you say is an open world game but not an RPG?
Yeah, okay. That's good. It's funny because
It's hard to say now
when
because there's almost an RPG element to most of the games coming out.
That's the thing. You can
So
really
basically
put
anything by Rockstar.
it- yeah.
Well, I was going to say like games like Watch Dogs.
RPG?
Watch Dogs is technically open world and RPG.
Yeah, it's
So-
got that RPG element.
Is it
doesn't
like RPG?
I don't know. I haven't played it. But
I would say it's more.
It's the more
from what I see of it. From what I see of it.
I played the first one. I would definitely say it's GTA but being a hacker. So
Yeah,
I would say it's more open world personally.
but
but I haven't played the sequel, so
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah, it's definitely more. I mean, it's got elements of it, but
Yeah.
is it enough to class it as an RPG?
I'm not
I
so
don't
sure.
think
That's
so.
what I mean. I think to me it's more open world than RPG.
I would
so-
say I would
Yes.
probably say again. I haven't played the second one, but the third one, Legion, is going into RPG territory.
Right,
It
okay.
So it
definitely
might be
is,
doing like
yeah.
what Assassin's Creed did.
Right. Okay.
Like it started off as this and is going towards
Yeah,
RPG.
Towards that, yeah,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What about Horizon? RPG?
This is what I was saying to
Good
John
question.
earlier.
It's open
I don't
world
think-
RPG.
I don't think it's RPG.
It's got again,
does-
sorry,
it's-
elements of RPG.
Like,
because I googled
It's an open world game. First of all,
Yeah,
it's an open world game because of the scale of it.
right.
But yeah, but again, you're leveling your character up. You're trying to get better
No,
gear
I don't
to.
think you are.
Well, you are because not being funny when
There's
you
no level
start.
system in there.
Well, there is.
It's
If
not.
you've never played it, then
Well, don't you get like you gain abilities, right, and skills, like some sort of talent tree, right?
In what? In Horizon?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah, but it's not. The character doesn't level up.
yes, they do. I'm on level. I'm level 42.
Guys,
So
Really?
obviously
You do,
level
dude.
up. You can't have played
I
it.
have
then,
to
mate.
stop you. I've just googled it. You know when you type in Google like the first
Yeah.
few words and it finds the most recent search. Number 2 is Horizon Dawn, an RPG. So there you go. So it's
And?
not just us. A lot of people
Yeah.
around the world have asked that.
So what does it say?
Right? Let's find out. Okay, I'm clicking it now. And the first thing, Horizon Zero Dawn also has conversation trees and narrative side
Yeah.
questing and the main quest
It's an
system.
open world.
Yeah,
stroke.
probably.
It feels like a BioWare game at times. Do you guys
Yes,
agree?
yes.
I don't know if you've played it.
Yeah, it's got
I know
the occasional
why,
side
yes.
quest as
I got
well.
one for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Death Stranding.
Never played it, so leave me out of this.
Question.
I will get to it.
To me, that's more open world.
Yes, I totally agree.
I don't. Yeah.
That is the definition of open world, isn't it?
I don't
You're
think-
traveling across
Definitely
America.
open
I mean, you do
Yeah.
kind of you do kind of upgrade Sam, but not as much as you would on an RPG level,
Yeah.
in my
Yes.
opinion. Anyway,
Spot on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
more. It's
right,
more
very
open
true.
world
Yeah.
than RPG.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you that. But just
Yeah,
wasn't
I
sure.
agree with that.
That's
I got one for you.
Okay.
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
RPG.
That is.
Yeah, totally.
What? Not even an open world? That's got to be open
Yeah,
world.
well,
and-
okay.
It's,
Again,
it's
it's
both.
both.
It's definitely both.
Both,
But I would
yeah.
say it's more RPG
It's probably-
than open world.
Yeah.
All right, then. So how about Spider-Man? That's
Spider-Man. You reckon?
Open world.
Open
Yeah.
world.
More open world than RPG.
Open world.
Yeah.
Because
I can see what
you only change his costume. You don't actually change his abilities, do
Yeah,
you?
you don't make the character any better, do you?
But you do get new
Or do you?
abilities, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you got to
Yeah, but not as much as like an RPG element to it, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no leveling system.
Gee,
Level 14.
give it a rest. Give it a
No, there
rest.
isn't though.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
funny,
I'm
there isn't
saying.
one.
Some games do it really well. Like they have the action element, and then they have the RPG.
See,
like,
this is where I'm going to stretch it out between two because it just if it's open world, it has to be big,
Yes.
big.
yeah,
Like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, big. Death Stranding, big.
Red Dead.
Red Dead.
Red Dead.
Yeah.
It's huge, man. Death Stranding's huge.
Blurring the lines.
But then
Yeah.
that goes back on what we just said about Spider-Man. If I say that, because Spider-Man is literally just New York. It's not exactly massive.
Yeah, but it's still open world.
Yeah, but it's still still
It's
massive
New York
in a way.
City, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
literally
open
just
world.
New York.
Scale to scale.
Yeah,
like,
as in,
if
I
you're
know what
walking,
you're saying. It's
yeah.
just a city. Does like whereas other games you've got, whereas Red Dead has got like the mountainside, and you've got the desert side.
Yeah.
That scale, yeah,
Yeah,
but it's still
sure.
massive for a city. Like
Yeah, I guess
to do
so.
a scale, still
It's
big.
huge. It's huge. There's actually, this is just a little side thing, just really quickly, we'll move on. There's
No,
some,
no,
I don't know
carry
if
on.
you've seen
No.
there's a video on YouTube which shows, like, it's like the evolution of open world games, and it starts off, and it keeps on going, and it introduces these games, and, it goes, like, it shows you how big the open world is, like, there's games in that, and you think, oh my God, I didn't realize how big this was.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, obviously, as time goes on, and you think to yourself, I'm so happy that there's fast travel in some of these games. It's just like, yeah.
Going to what you said, that would a superly huge open world game put you off playing?
Yes.
Like for example, we're going to go
Yeah.
back to Fallout 76. So when they announced it, it was going to be 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Now Fallout 4 is a massive game, regardless on its own.
yeah.
Did you play 4? That's huge.
Easy.
Huge.
John actually,
irrelevant.
John
I
actually
completed
walked
that
from
game.
one side to the other side.
And took him
But
1,000
it
hours.
didn't complete it though.
What, Fallout, I did. Fallout, I did. Yeah.
No. We're talking about 76.
All right.
But would
3/4 of the way through it.
something as huge put you off playing it?
No,
I don't think so.
no. To me, the size of the world, shall we say, is irrelevant. It's the story that like I'm saying, if it's a part 2 of a series, you'll have played the first one, so you're interested in following the story and whatever. So it's like with Fallout 4, amazing game.
Yeah.
The world that you were going around in was quite good. So so Fallout 76 allegedly having a gameplay world, shall we say, 4 times the size. Bring it on,
Yeah.
Grind it.
Yeah. So
Goku style.
So the size of the game.
that shit.
Pharma Sutra.
Yeah, the size wouldn't put me off the game.
I think I think I'm coming out of open world games.
You're coming out of it.
Yeah, I think it's just too much.
Mate, you can't even play first-person shooters. I'm going to go be a cowboy.
Well,
Or with Pokemon.
it's just I think you're just overwhelmed with like stuff. For me, every time I start a game, like I do this. I think you agree with me as well. And like this, I've got this obsession that I need to do the side missions.
Yeah.
And
totally.
sometimes
The
I
main
do
mission.
like the first 5, and then by the time I do the 6th one, and I'm oh man, this is getting repetitive. This
Yes,
is
but
long.
there's no-
Then if I really enjoy the game, then I'll crack on with the story, and then I complete it.
Yes, but
That's
there's
me done.
no game out
But-
there with a world.
Yes, there is.
No.
There's one amazing game that does it really well.
Yes, but what I'm saying is
And it's
there
in
is.
my top 5.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there's no game there that I know of anyway, or that I've.
Was it South Park Stick of Truth?
That's a really good game as well.
Yeah,
It's an RPG as well.
yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
RPG.
It's like no matter how big the world, the open world is in a game, there's always a way of getting around. They don't expect you to walk from one side of a map to the next.
Like the fast
It's like you can
travel
either
stuff.
ride on a horse in Red Dead, or you fast travel from one campfire to
coach.
campfire, like in Horizon Zero Dawn. There's ways of getting. So therefore, the size of the world is irrelevant then. I don't know of any game where they expect you to be able to walk from one side of the map to the other.
Unless it's like a mission where you have to do that, right?
Well,
Or
yeah,
whatever.
but I don't even think they would put
there's-
that in there, because that, I think, would put people off. If the next mission you were going to do was going to take you 4 hours to walk there, and I mean actual time, not 4 hours within the game,
Yeah.
you wouldn't bloody do it. You wouldn't. You know, you can't leave the game and come back 4 hours later and the character's there. You've literally got to move that character.
Work.
Well, yeah, but so do you see what I mean? It's like in Horizon Zero Dawn, you can go from campfire to campfire, or you can override a beast and you can ride on a beast.
Yeah.
You've got the option.
I love the way he says beast. Emphasis
and
on
it's like in Red Dead, you've got the horse, or you
yeah.
can go on the stagecoach or something. So there's always an element of being able to move around the map faster.
Yeah. Well, talking about Red Dead, and to your question as well, for me, I'm just waiting for the day, right? Well, for me, as being a big GTA fan, what they have a country. You know, like a bit like in San Andreas, where it was like 3 different cities, you know, but maybe on next GTA, there's been rumors that that's going to happen. But for me, I like the idea that, you know, even San Andreas, like I play like GTA Online now, and there's certain parts of San Andreas I'm discovering for the first time. I thought I've been on every road and everything like that.
Yeah, we'll break into the airport, steal an airplane and
fly to Vice City, and from Vice City to Liberty City and stuff like that. And I think people would.
You could incorporate the whole lot into,
if you're
into one game. Yeah, I'd go for that.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, for me, I'd like that. Or, you know, if there ever is a game where the world keeps
just get on the jet ski and like
and just start grinding.
That'd be kind of cool.
I think it can be overwhelming when it's too big for me. Personally, I didn't complete Horizon. I think that's another game answering the previous question. Where I actually didn't go back to.
There you go. So
it's I don't know. It's just I think you have to be in one of the moods to play that game. I mean, it's an amazing game, but I just felt like it just kept on going. I mean, so did Red Dead, and that's why I stopped it. Maybe not for the same reason as you.
Oh my god! Oh no! Horizon, so much more happens. And you stop playing it.
No, I know.
Oh mate!
Oh no!
Okay,
shame on. Get out!
But yeah, no. It's just graphics are amazing. Everything's on point. It's just.
Is it the length of it? Is it too long?
No, it's not even
I
that.
don't.
It's just,
Dude, Red Dead's longer. You can't use length on that,
It's
mate.
true. Red Dead took me about a month and a half to complete, and I was doing an hour a day at least. You know,
as much as I love
Seriously?
Horizon,
long.
like, you know, but Red Dead, like, that game did cite it to me, man. I was like
Changed your life,
living a
didn't it?
life inside that game. Like,
I'm sorry, Annie.
Yeah. I
just
agree
don't get
with
it.
you.
it's only game
Maybe I'm just a sci-fi fan more than the Cowboys thing. So.
Because it's too
I get
realistic.
that.
Yeah.
It was the
You know,
only game where Gal and Goku could actually make a cup of coffee.
Okay, can we just talk about this? Yeah, please, Gal. Should this be the episode we talk about this?
We have to do this.
So me and Gal did a really geeky thing where we
I only
role
did it
played.
because you did it.
Okay, and John, I'm going to tell you about this,
Go on,
okay?
go on.
Because we were talking about this in the car one day. All right, so when you play Red Dead, like we role played it as a cowboy because we love cowboys. There's a snake in my boots. Anyway,
There's a snake in my
snake in my boots.
Yeah.
So basically, when you start the game, like, because it's got a real life, like, you know, time system. You wake up in the morning and you ride into town. You go into shop. You buy your stuff.
And groceries.
You buy your coffee beans. You come back to the grocery, and then you sit at the campfire and you drink your coffee. But for me, I actually had a real cup of coffee, so I'm doing it at the same time.
You know what? It's funny.
Yeah, but come on, you can't be the only player that's done that.
Exactly, clearly not, because he's sitting right
and then
here.
you're
And
at
then
your
Gal coffee's
campfire.
me.
You know, you do your chores because
Yeah.
I think the way
I've
you
done
do
that.
all that, and then something happens. I think
Yeah.
you get some sort of level system based on that. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
So you do all that, and then you come back and you have your brew and your lunch,
Yeah.
and then you go out and
it's
do your mission for
lunchtime
the
and you go and do
day.
your mission,
And
and then
what
you
was
come
brilliant in
back.
that game was really unique. And there's like
Yeah.
this newspaper that gets released every day in the game.
Yeah.
And I always like every day there'll be like news on what happened around,
Yeah, like-
whatever that character did as well, your character did as well,
Yeah.
Right.
would be in the news. And I always wondered, like if I played on, like, you know, I think is dated as well. I think.
To what point does it stop giving you
yeah.
stories? So what Guy was saying, like, for example, it's that smart thing where if you do a mission, you'll be like, the so-and-so gang did this, and we don't know what they... Depending on how you played it. If you went in stealthily, they wouldn't realise. But if you went out guns blazing, they'll
But
identify
regardless
who
if you don't do anything, there's still news.
there's still news. And
and
it's
I was
like
like,
real
well,
life kind of like
How
discovery.
far do
It's
they
like-
go? Like, does it go on?
Does it keep
for, like,
on going?
600 days or 3?
Exactly.
Does it repeat or I don't
Because
know.
with the time thing, like, for example, like discoveries like the hot air balloon and stuff like that. But it makes you think these guys actually sat in a room and went through the archive, you know, and kind of said at this time here, like, you know, historically,
Amazing.
this is what happened and stuff. So it's little things like that. But we must have been very bored that Winter Gal,
Mate,
right?
I could have completed
It
that.
sounds really exciting.
You know what? I could have completed that game like in like
do I read a newspaper or do I take down a Thunderjaw?
two different complete games, man. They're both different games. And there's like what you were saying, you're going from one point of the map to another point.
Yeah.
Each time you do it, I'll always get sidetracked. It's like someone will be like, "Help, someone's
Help
kidnapping
me."
me,"
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
"Oh, okay."
So
And then you
whatever.
go there, and then you get robbed or something, or you get actually rewarded. Oh, can you take me here? And then she'll give you this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so real. Like
It's almost like it's almost like if you were living, say, in the 1800s or 1880, whatever it was,
Right.
and you were a cowboy or
that's
outlaw or whatever, and you were riding your horse as you would to go to a certain place, you would come across various people, and you would would you stop
right.
and offer help? Yeah, you probably would have, so
Or you
then
get
they
robbed.
give exactly.
No, I was gonna
you
touch
think
up
you
on
think you're helping someone, and that's happened in the game to me, where you get off to help someone and 4 more turn out and they rob you. Yes.
Yeah.
And again, it's like you think you were saying, it's like, how many times it gets repetitive. But this game, and every time you do a side mission or whatever, I literally spent half the game just not. I think you can speed fast travel.
Yeah.
You can.
I just enjoyed going
From A to B.
Exactly
most of
same
the games.
here.
I was like, this is so long. I'm gonna.
No.
This game, I was like, yeah.
That made it fun.
Only near the end where I was like, oh my god,
Literally.
the story's getting really good. I'm gonna plow through and fast forward and stuff.
So, last
No,
time
a lot of game does that because amount of games I've played and you're like, oh man, I can't be bothered to go there.
Yeah, but it's
just to pick up
it's
this
like the
weapon
penalty.
or-
There's obviously there's penalties in it. It's like last time I played it, I forgot to pay off the bounty on myself, and I'd forgotten that I had obviously forgot. I forgot to do it. So I've tried to do this mission where I had to go and find this guy. So I obviously on the map you kind of see roughly where he is, but it's hidden because you haven't been to that area yet. But it gives you the little trail, so you follow the trail. So I was following the trail, and I ended up going across this bridge into this area where I had a bounty on my head, and I'd forgotten it, and of course it come up and I didn't bother reading it. It says you've got a bounty, but I just kept going because I wasn't very far away from the guy that I needed to go and see. So I thought, I'll just, and these 6 or 8 guys turned up out of nowhere and shot and killed me, and I thought, why did they do that? And then I realised, oh shit, I didn't pay off the bounty on my head.
That's right.
So it didn't stop me from wanting to play the game. It just made me think, I must remember to do that. So
yeah. And
but I get what Ant is saying though.
And smiling by now, by the way.
He is,
He's
but
so happy
sometimes.
about Red Dead 2.
Sorry, I fell asleep at newspaper.
But Ant is right though. A lot of it can be the mood you're in when you're playing the game. If you come
I agree.
If you come like Ant did from a very fast-paced game, and then you go and play this next game, like we'll say he's come from Horizon, which is an amazing game, to then play Red Dead. It is slow. It is a slower game.
Do you know, and you hit the nail on the head with that one. It's so true.
Yeah.
Momentum really does affect it, especially the timing of even just playing a game.
Like the first 6 hours, I was just riding around, and I just got so bored. I'm sure it picks up.
Yeah,
like
it does.
I totally understand.
I totally understand.
I was getting people slagging me off because I shaved too closely, and I'm like, really? Is it going to come to this?
Yeah.
Again, I'm sure it gets better, but for me, it just didn't hit anything on the nail.
I'm sure Little J's going to hate this episode, isn't he?
It's probably why he didn't want to come because he knew I'd slag it off. It's my beautiful game. You can't do that. So, one more question before we go to our top 5s.
Oh dear.
Nice.
Is there an RPG you've been so engrossed into that you have 100%ed it?
Yes.
Have
Couple
you?
actually, yeah.
Really?
2 right off my head is obviously Persona 5. Me and Gal both did that.
You actually completed that?
Persona 5 Royal, actually. Sorry, the new one as well.
100%.
Platinum, baby.
And platinum. Yeah, proud of that.
You deserve to
Second
be
one
proud
was
of that.
actually Final Fantasy X Remaster on the PS4, I believe.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
And
the remaster.
because me and my brother actually did it together, I did it on his account, and I don't know why this guy was looking at our account.
So he
for
got
once.
the glory.
We agreed on the TNCs beforehand. And some guy randomly messaged us saying, "Wow, yeah, he's told you, innit?" He actually messaged us, said, "Wow, guys, congrats on actually getting that trophy. Because it's really hard, apparently."
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We were like, "What was it? Was it really?"
That's so cool. So
I mean,
they saw
that's how much
your-
we enjoyed it, though.
Yeah.
It's just
They saw your achievement and they saw that you did this.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
See,
That
comes back to what we originally said a few podcasts ago about achievement hunting.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's one or two. There's one person.
Halo 5?
Yeah. It's like, I'm not an achievement hunter, but because I play a lot of my games on Steam, and they keep a track of.
Which is on what?
PC. and they obviously keep a track of, if you do achieve certain achievement or something. So playing Horizon Zero Dawn, there's a couple of achievements on there, but only like say 2% of players have done it. But you don't. The thing is, I didn't know I'd achieved that until Steam basically told me. I don't play games for the achievements. I play the game because I enjoy playing it. If I end up inadvertently getting an achievement for doing some of it, then all the better.
Yeah, and I think you're more likely to get those rare achievements on RPG games
without realizing.
Without realizing, exactly.
Because on the PlayStation, it's the same thing. And if you look on the feed, it's like, you've like a hidden trophy or something, and only 0.02%.
My only gripe is like, I wish these achievement things came out back in the day when I was younger. I had more time to do
when
it.
you had actually,
I would have done it, but now it's just like, I look at my achievement, I'm like, I've got 75% and I got 31% to get 100%, and I'm like, you need to do this for this and this, and you're like, that's just too long. That's me done the game. I completed it. Okay, that's my achievement. I'm done. That's it.
Yeah.
But going back apart from like Persona, which I 100%, and that's probably the only RPG I've done on my first.
Yeah, I mean, I've completed like Fallout 4, Fallout 3.
100%. No,
100%?
Yes.
Wait. You've completed a game.
He's got his money's worth on that one.
He grinded that one.
Whatever. All the Diablo games.
Wow.
There's just quite a lot out there. I can mention other games that I have in my top 5.
No, we'll save it for the.
I know.
You can put it there.
Yeah.
To me, I don't think I've 100%ed it. I've finished the main story, but not like I finished the story. Yeah,
yeah. But this is the thing.
I've diluted the game. I diluted it. And I don't feel like I'm getting more out of it. So
there's beating the game at end game.
Yeah, the end. Yeah,
and there's 100% in the game.
Two different things.
Yeah.
Actually,
a fine line.
No, because 100% includes the end game as well, right? And it's just
sometimes they include achievements
and DLC. That as well.
Put it out there.
I think because I think I'm 2 achievements away from 100% in my number 1 RPG, which is annoying. So that means I have to go back and play it.
What's that, Dark Souls?
I can't say. You'll find out later. But I have 100%ed an open world game, which is Spider-Man. Funny enough.
Oh right.
Yeah,
I remember you telling me.
The PlayStation.
Yeah.
Actually,
even the DLC.
I actually took a photo of me like putting my thumb up, like, look, I've done it.
Good man.
I think I was close to 100% in Odyssey as well. Because I think the Cultist was one of the hardest ones to get.
Did you not do Origins?
Wow.
No,
I played Origins, but I haven't 100%
finished
it. 100% now. So they're the only 2 RPG. I mean, there's loads I wanted to go back and do.
Again, it's time though, isn't it? It's just like
this is it. I mean,
exactly.
But then again, like I said, my number 1, I'm 2 away, so I might go back and just do it again. 120 odd hours. Just
you
to
got
get
the time
to,
now.
Exactly. Well, I don't, but
this is it. Though. This is it though. It depends on the game, doesn't it? Because if they're adding in,
if I go back and play, there won't be many podcasts.
if they add in all the achievements as well, which a lot of games do, it's a lot harder to 100% every game then, because it's like I've got a lot of games where I've finished the main story and the side quests, and you might only be 80% through.
Yeah.
What else is there to do except play the game for achievements? And like I say, I'm
play
not
the next game.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm not. Yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm not an achievement hunter. So once I've completed the game and the side quests, there's no more story to play. So therefore, I'm now to finish the game to get to 100%. I'm now after achievements. I don't play a game for achievements. So
he's not right. He says he's not an achievement hunter. Okay, this guy comes up to me with his phone like months before lockdown, right? Halo, and he's like, "Look, I've got this achievement. Only 5% of the world has this achievement."
Yes, but only because I didn't realise. And it was in Halo.
It was Coach. Sorry,
nice.
Oh yeah, I actually had one more game. I don't know. It's kind of bordering open world. Is actually 100%ed it recently.
No way.
It's Fallen Order. I don't know.
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars
yeah.
modder.
nice.
But I don't know if you'll class that as open world.
It's Dark Souls-esque, so I would say it is.
It's definitely RPG,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not a porn.
Metroidvania
Kind of
style.
open worldish.
Oh, okay.
I would say it is because you travel between different worlds.
Yeah.
So I would say technically yes, it's
Smaller
open world.
version of open world.
Sweet.
No,
Well, I've got to rewrite my top 5 now.
Part 2.
So anyone want to add anything before we start? Top 5?
Let's go.
No?
Sure.
Just one more thing because you didn't remind me, Big G. What are you playing any RPGs at the moment?
Oh, right now. What am I playing?
I just started one literally just today. We just opened a box for it. Was Xenoblade Chronicles on the Switch.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, gonna
So
give
let
that
me
a
know
go.
if that's any good because I've heard mixed reviews on that.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh. So
Because I follow quite a few gamer channels, obviously on YouTube, and there's a guy who's heavy on Switch that hates it. So I'm kind of, which I'm kind of surprised because if it's Switch, he would love it. And he says he's not, even though he's like played 50 odd hours of it, he doesn't like it.
What version of the Switch version?
Yeah, Switch version. Yeah.
The Switch got the definition. Yeah,
Definitive.
it's actually meant to be really good, and I think it's actually a cool idea because the whole world is based around these two entities, and the world you're playing as is basically the levels are on their body. So part of it would be on their head, and then you work it way down to their leg or something like that. That's the whole world, and I think that's brilliant.
Okay.
I've got it. Obviously, I haven't had time to come around to play it, but yeah, it's a good game.
Yeah.
Anyone else? You're playing Horizon, so that's technically.
Yeah, but I'm also playing Remnant from the Ashes.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It's a good game, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
I need someone to
Tell me
play.
about it.
I need someone to join me and beat a boss for me, please.
I would help
Someone
you.
download it. It's on the Game Pass.
I
It's
can't
free.
help you. Yeah.
Someone please help me.
Join on.
I might come down. Well,
Yeah, come on, because you're
I got it
in
for
your
free
Dark Souls at the
anyway,
moment.
so-
So yeah,
I've just come off Bloodborne.
yes,
Just-
nice.
Ooh,
just
wow.
done that,
Finished
yeah.
it?
That's the one. That's the one I've always wanted to complete.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not boasting, but it wasn't that hard. Like
Oh, okay.
Bullshit.
the main.
Someone watched the playthrough.
Yeah, someone. No, as in, I'm talking about the boss wise. Like, I didn't
Bullshit, bro.
try-
Okay.
There's no chance. That was well difficult
meant
for
to
me.
be very hard.
honestly,
Yeah.
But then again, you completed Dark Souls, Gal.
Yeah.
Which is
That's what-
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You've come from
Yeah.
doing those 3 in a row to Bloodborne, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be
It
for
wouldn't
you.
be.
No,
Yeah.
because they're quite similar games.
Even if you
so-
play Remnant, you probably be like, nah, it's
you'd
nothing.
like Remnant.
There's something called the challenge dungeons in that, and like in order to like get like some achievements or some better gears, you have to go through the challenge dungeon. And I done like 2 or 3, and I was like, I was planning for it. Got to the 4th one, and then all of a sudden, you know, as each dungeon's got like 4 layers to it. And then obviously I got to the 4th one. 4th one I go in, and then it reduces my health and my stamina, and I'm like, okay, that's fuck it. I'm just gonna fuck that. I'm gonna do the main boss complete. I was done. I was like, no, you can't just
So
throw that
initially
nowhere.
you rushed the game.
That's an optional thing.
So that's bad in John's book. You should not rush a game.
No.
Take your time.
Thing is, like that game is
Savour
good,
it.
but I think I prefer
That's my
Dark
word,
Souls.
isn't it? Savour it.
Dark Souls is more rewarding. I think.
Yeah.
As much as I love Bloodborne was good. And
I do love the style of
yeah,
Bloodborne.
it's so
Yeah.
unique. But
Yeah.
See, this is the thing with me.
prefer Dark
I
Souls.
like I love the Dark Souls series.
Did you complete it though?
Dark Souls 3? I did.
Oh.
I'd love to play Bloodborne, but it's Sony, innit?
And sorry, going back to earlier, would you give Death Stranding a go? Because it is coming to
Yeah,
PC.
no, I will do. Yeah. That's why I'm hoping Bloodborne will come to PC eventually.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn did, Death Stranding did, so there's hope that it may well come there. But
Fingers crossed.
yeah, I mean, I'm interested in playing Death Stranding because it's going to be a completely different game to what
Fucking love that game.
Oh.
you know. It's going to be
So
completely.
unique.
Beautiful
It's my game of the year.
You know,
Yeah,
last
yeah.
year.
thing is, you see, it's like Ant
I agree, yeah.
recommends us all these movies and board games, and we all love them. There isn't one you can find fault with.
Yeah.
And he went on and on about Horizon Zero Dawn. So
I'm so glad you did it.
I looked
Yeah,
at.
but it's only
so-
because I played it recently.
Yeah, so
and then
when-
guess what
when-
happened? Went to Red Dead straight after, didn't I?
Yeah. So,
that was
so
It makes
obviously I went
sense.
in.
Yeah, it
I got
makes
Horizon Zero Dawn for PC as soon as I knew they were doing it. I pre-ordered it straight away. Got
Oh,
it.
dude,
Loving-
please get Death Stranding
loving it.
when you've done it, mate.
Please.
So I've got
I don't
high
think-
hopes for Death Stranding.
I don't think it's everyone's cup of tea though. Death Stranding.
Death Stranding, really.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
think
but
that's
this
why
is-
again one of those you got to be in the mood for.
Yeah.
Because
but I know that going in now. I know it's a slower game. It's not. There is, you know.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be a slow.
It's not
game.
a killing game.
No.
It's definitely not.
So
That's
I've
probably why I liked it.
Yeah.
It was a different type of
Exactly.
RPG.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to. A different experience to what I'm used to with all the other kind of games.
I bet he's not going to complete that game, man. He's going to be like,
All fairness, though, I mean, if you stretch it out, it could last you a while, to be honest. The community in that is amazing. Like, do you remember when I told you I was going against that boss?
Yeah.
And then some random geezer came into my game, saw I was low on ammo, so he threw me a rocket launcher and kicked it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, that happened to me on the last boss. I don't want to spoil it, but they help you out. And
Exactly.
that's actually, and I'm like, I love this game.
It's like, I
love
didn't
this
really
game.
know. I was like, what's that white figure over there? It's like a guy waving at you, and then he throws a rocket. Dude, I was like, what?
Yeah,
So I love that idea.
Going all out. He
Love
was just
that
helping
idea.
me out.
Make sure you play it online, I think, because other players help you out.
Yeah, I know from looking at the videos and stuff that, you know, people can leave ladders to climb down and up and down and stuff. Yeah. So you can leave stuff for other players. I love that aspect.
It's brilliant.
It's a bit like Fallout 76.
Yeah.
You can kind of do that in Fallout 76 as well. So yeah, I'm interested in playing it. I know it's going to be a completely different method of a game, shall we say, to what I'm used to.
Yeah,
it's a much slower paced game.
In all fairness, I wouldn't blame him, but I would like him to give it a go. If it goes down in price or whatever, I highly recommend. Anyway, before we do top 5, I'm playing one at the moment called Greedfall. I can't remember if I told you guys.
Amazing game.
So think Assassin's Creed meets Destiny, done. That's what Greedfall is. It's awesome. Really good. And I highly recommend if you guys ever get a chance. It was one that came out last year.
Yeah, I
think October last year, and went completely under the radar because obviously Call of Duty and all that came out. And it was. I only picked it up because it was like 60 quid on Xbox Live, and it went down to £11. So I was like, I'll give it a go, sure. And it's amazing. It's brilliant. I can highly recommend it. If you like Assassins or Destiny,
it's on my
give
list.
It a go.
It's on my list to play.
Amazing.
Right, so we're going to do the top 5.
Let's go for it.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
It's time for a top 5. Spoiler warning.
Right, so I'm going to throw him on the spot and say, John, go first.
My number 5 is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay, now. Right, I'm leaving.
It's the Red Dead 2's episode, isn't it?
My number 5.
You deliberately did that, didn't you? You just put that in there just to...
No, I haven't, honestly. I haven't. No, that's my number 5.
Nice.
I don't think it's RPG, though.
Red Dead.
It's open world.
It's open world.
Don't tease him, man. We've just talked that it is.
If you've got Pokemon on yours, we're going to kick your ass. So Red Dead. I suppose I'm about 20 hours into it. So I've got a lot. It's a bigger game than I thought it was going to be.
Did you complete it though? No, honestly.
I will complete it. Yeah, I'm interested enough to do it.
You have to because I think after the something happens. And then that's when it really gripped me. Like I stopped doing the side stories. And,
but I mean, I've got an interest in. It's like we were saying earlier about Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. I've got an interest in westerns and cowboys. So it's a game I intend to finish. When is another matter, obviously. But me and Goku can sit here the whole day just talking about that game. I know. I know. Yeah.
Well, you've got an hour and 50 left. So.
I fully. It's a game I fully intend to finish. It's a game I find I can't. You can't. It's not a sort of game you can pick up for half an hour, play along, and then put it back down and come back later.
Yeah.
It's a game that will draw hours out of you.
Do you know? I'll tell you something. John, you'll notice, especially playing it on PC, like such a step. So my brother, he played it on a standard HD television, and then he came to my house, and I played it on the Samsung 4K HD. And him and his girlfriend at the time were in the room, and they're watching this, and because they play games together, they do this thing where couples do now, where they play the game, they pass the controller. I think that's completely sad. Grow up. It's like,
at least have a controller each.
Bunch of weirdos.
Exactly, I want to play this game. It's my game.
No, it's your turn.
It's your turn. It's my turn. Yeah, and they came and they played the game together and they completed it and they came and played it on this game and 4K, they saw it on 4K and they were just like blown away, even just
Yeah,
by
yeah.
the draw distances,
Yeah.
but just how great it looked.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's a
to just see
fascinating looking game.
exactly, and for me, it was like, oh, this is pretty cool, whatever. And then now he's like a PC gamer,
Yeah.
like our beloved
Yeah, yeah.
John and Lil Gal, and he said that it's just gone to a whole new level, like of just awesomeness, right? But he's just saying like just how you've got to appreciate the guys who put time and effort
Yeah, but
into
it's like
every single strand of grass in that game. And
I've
little
mentioned
things
to
like
Ant
that. It's
before
just
about
so
the
beautiful.
visuals of a game. It's like we were talking about Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
And the visuals in that game alone make the game for me. Never mind, it's an awesome looking game.
Yeah.
For me, Red Dead is exactly the same. The world that you're in,
yeah.
they've modelled it so real looking.
It's a beautiful game.
It is. It's very beautiful. But yeah, no, it's a good game. I enjoy it. I'm
Do
enjoying
you want to
it.
go to me or go to you?
I don't mind. Whatever.
Oh, you're going to let me go last? Go on then.
Go on, then you go.
No, go on, you go. I
You sure?
Yeah, I don't mind.
For me, it's Mass Effect 2.
Good choice, man.
Yes.
I think
Good choice.
it was really hard for me because I was really going to put in Knights of the Old Republic in there. But
All right, yeah, another good choice.
I think I
The game that doesn't have turn-down base.
no. But I think it's very similar. I feel like it's very similar. Obviously, you build your team. Obviously, you captain Normandy. And you recruit members, and then it's a fascinating game, man. It's
a series of games I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
I enjoyed playing the Mass Effect. So, yeah.
it's what I like.
Possible new trilogy coming as well, remastered.
I've on the Xbox Pass. I've got the first one. I'm really tempted to go back, and if they have the second one soon, I might do both of them in one go.
If you have EA Access, they got Andromeda on it.
Oh, really?
And that's only like £3. I mean, I've got it.
But
I really
we
wanted
played
to
that
get
when it
on
came out, though, didn't we?
Yeah, did you guys like?
I loved it. I enjoyed Andromeda.
I loved
I've
it.
heard good things about that game.
And what I loved is, you go into the battlefield. And
It's not the best album, but it was still enjoyable to play.
Sure.
I think 2 is the best one.
2 is the best. Yeah, no doubt. But I did enjoy playing Andromeda.
Yeah.
There was something always about you can get together with the girls
crew.
or whatever people.
Oh,
in there.
yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
always cool, because you got to do their side quests, and then you can mate with them.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, is that how you put it?
Yeah.
Gal was,
You can have sex with them too.
Gal was literally grinding that game. Or his character was grinding that game.
Yeah, that was just additional stuff. It was because there was that fit bird in there. What was that? What's that?
Ash, is it?
No, the one
Tally.
white dress.
Yeah, Ash, I think.
Amanda?
I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Go on anyway.
Yeah, because I remember I was at uni at the time, and I had the laptop,
Oh.
and I was like, my laptop was rubbish.
Be careful where you go with this. Now.
No, but it would load up the main screen, but
Really?
it would just crash, like I was trying to boot up the game. I was like, no! Oh, man.
mate.
And then obviously I had to wait. I think it came out on the Xbox as well, so I ended up getting on that.
Amazing.
Oh, such a good game, man.
Did you go back and play?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'll definitely go back. I think if I see it on the Xbox Pass, I'll definitely. I'm tempted to play the first one again.
Yeah.
But if the second one comes out, I'm on it.
You see how John was advertising Ubisoft? I'm advertising EA. It's on EA Access.
Yeah.
It's all there. So if you want to play it,
I think you guys are sponsored by them.
me and John are not telling
To be
you.
fair, I've enjoyed most of Ubisoft's games.
Miranda.
I'm a fan.
Yes. Yeah.
Miranda.
Anyway,
Miranda.
Hope my wife's not listening to this.
Yeah, Mrs. G.
Yeah, but all jokes aside, it's obviously open world game as well.
Yeah.
But not just
Open
a world,
galaxy.
A galaxy.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You actually literally go around star systems, and
you can't get more open world than that.
And then you go to a solar system, and you'd be like, okay, I'm going to go to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not all of them. You can't go to all of them. Some of them.
No.
You can send probes, and then you get minerals. Or was
Yes,
that
that's
later?
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
material to
Scan
help
For the ship, and you
Yeah.
upgrade. Oh, so cool, man!
Oh,
you got to
man.
play it, and then obviously
brilliant.
some worlds you can go, and then
Yeah.
Shepard's just a badass, man.
Yeah.
It's just badass.
It's your choice.
If no one's played it, I implore you to go play it. It's amazing.
Yeah, but
game.
that's that
I
game,
implore you.
again, that's where the developers
Then mount
did a
the
good
beast.
job with the story of the characters. Yeah.
That's cool.
Right, Coach. Number 5, sir.
My number 5 is Phantom Pain. Metal Gear
Metal
Solid.
Gear,
okay, yeah.
I didn't want to start
No,
with Metal
yeah.
Gear Solid before you said
Yeah,
it.
before he gets in there.
For those of you who don't know Metal Gear, come on, stop. Just play the game.
That was the first one that turned open world, though.
That
wasn't
was
it?
literally, yeah.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
Before, I mean, Ground Zeroes was more like a demo for it.
Yeah.
It was kind of like the prologue, wasn't
for
it?
it, yeah.
That's right.
But yeah, Phantom Pain is everything you all want in a Metal Gear game.
Is it, though?
Is open
Is it?
world.
Yeah.
Because it completely changes what Metal Gear is.
It does.
And I hated it. I absolutely hated Phantom Pain when it came out.
Yeah. I know a lot of people.
I like
do
it
that.
now
It's
because
one-
I've gone back to it and
That's
played it.
exactly what
Yeah.
I had to go back to it because
Yeah.
Metal Gear for me was always been linear driven. You know, it's always been,
Exactly.
you know, you follow the objective that Colonel Campbell gives you, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to change from that to open world was a big step, but you know, I think it would have been a bit repetitive if they started, you know, the same old strategy, you know.
Yeah.
And
But-
not to mention it was the first one that David Hayter didn't do the voice for him either.
Yeah, that was really
Yeah.
annoying. I can't believe they
Felt
kicked him out of it.
weird. Yeah. It's like when you watch a TV show and they change the actor, you know, the main person or the voice, and it's
Yeah.
just not the same.
It's
But
not the same.
apparently, I mean, I haven't actually finished the game personally, but towards the end, it sort of, there's rumours that it changed or it was teamed rushed because of the whole
Towards
thing
the
with
end.
Konami.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
he done like 75% of the game, and that's when I think he knew or got kicked out by then. And then I'm not 100% sure, but I kind of see it in the game. Like I don't see his sort of like it's still a Hideo game,
touched
yeah,
it.
but
It's
it's
a
still
Hideo
not.
game.
Like there's stuff that I'm like, no, this doesn't
Doesn't feel like
yeah,
Hideo.
it doesn't feel like Hideo.
Yeah.
I don't know if he knew that he was gonna go or whatever, but there was not Hideo's love's not in that game. Like if you played the first demo, Ground Zero,
Yeah.
you played that and you played that game. I didn't get the same feeling when I played Ground Zero. I was like, "Oh my god, this is sick. This is
100%.
I can't wait." And then when the game came out, don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it. I liked the whole sort of story. Oh, you know, Metal Gear. The twist is good as well and stuff. You know, you get to see what happens before all the Metal Gear. It's good, but I don't know. I just didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't
do it
feel,
for you.
yeah, didn't feel like what I felt like playing the Ground Zero demo.
Yeah.
Don't know what it was.
Ground Zero.
Do you think it would have been better if they stop the whole open world idea? Do you think it would have been more safer route?
That's
You
good-
know what?
good point.
I'm glad they did the open world because whenever I played the old games, I always like, okay, where can they take it now? You know, they've done like Alaska, they've done the whole tanker mission, and they've gone into the jungle. Where can they take it? And they're, okay, desert, open world, boom. Okay, that's cool. That's good, appealing.
Yeah.
But for me, I think I'll agree with you. I think I would have stuck linear, stuck to more
It's,
linear.
it's the term, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it. That's it.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? There was nothing wrong with it. There was nothing
There's
wrong.
nothing
But it's going back to like Gears 5 when they tried to change up a bit and make it open world-ish in
Gear
a couple
5,
of levels.
I hate Gear 5.
Didn't need it. Didn't need it. Again, it should have just stayed as it was.
Going back to the point, I think generally I am coming out of open world games. I don't know what it is.
You think
Just-
it's been too
It's
much done?
like being told what to do.
Unless it's like
Yeah.
Fire Emblem or something like that. Yeah, BG?
No, I'm going to do something unless it's done properly, like Witcher 3.
That's true. Yeah.
Apparently one of the best games, the best RPG
What do you mean,
games.
apparently? Have you not played it?
No.
Mother...
Hear me out. Like, this is what I don't get. Like, not just you, Goku. People are excited about Cyberpunk,
Yeah.
but they don't like, or they haven't played Witcher. So this is what I don't get. So
But
Project
but
Red.
don't forget, this Cyberpunk will be first person.
Oh, is
Is
it?
it?
Yeah.
did not know that.
It's an RPG, but first person.
Okay.
Can it? Is it
No, I
third
actually
person
stepped away
element
from
to it,
gameplay,
or is it
so-
just
No,
100%?
it's literally first person all the
Literally
way.
First person
Yeah.
all the way.
So like,
okay.
I'm actually excited for people like Goku who haven't played Witcher, but are excited for.
Yeah. You have
because
that
I know
envy.
what you're in for. Like,
Yeah.
I'll talk about it later.
It's the same. It's like hearing when
You
John's
can't put
not
Cyberpunk
playing.
in the list.
No, not Cyber.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Who was it? Oh,
Yeah, that's Metal Gear.
Metal
choice.
Gear
I'm glad you got in there before he did.
Yeah, no. I don't think that's not his favourite. Definitely not. All right.
That's a good choice.
Cool,
That's a
number
good choice.
5.
My number 5. Okay, so Anne, I'm going to ask about this.
It's
So-
the part where he puts in something in his top 5 that isn't an RPG. Well, now.
basically, am I allowed to do that? Because I have an option, which
Snakes
is an
and ladders,
RPG.
not open world.
It depends on the
Actually, it's not, is it?
depends on the choice. What is it?
It's a looter shooter.
Okay, I'm not. It's okay. You know what? It's not. All right, this is an open world game, right? But for me, I really loved it, and it was a game from the PS2, and it's called The Getaway, right? Okay.
Oh yes, I know. Yeah, the British gangster one.
Yeah, and for me, I love that because it was in London, and just the idea of being in London. I'll tell you a really quick fun fact about that. The second mission is you're going to a bar, and you're passing this kind of like this place in Soho, right? And I didn't realize till after, because my brother bought the original PS2 and I played this, but the place where I was working at was literally right next door to that nightclub. So I was like, woohoo. But yeah, but I just loved the whole
Is that
idea
why it's
of
in
it.
your top 5?
But you know what?
What a loser.
But no, that's
well, Jay was here for a second.
no, but my original, like, seriously, but my top, actual number 5, and this is an RPG, because this is homage to RPG, is, we've talked about it already, and it's Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Are you going to put that in the 5?
No, that's number 5. Yeah, that is.
That's your 5?
Yeah.
Not the Getaway.
No.
I thought that was legit for a second.
You gave into peer pressure, guys. Come on, man.
I had to just say no, because I'm thinking about
It's always a good game, but as an
yeah.
open world as it is, I don't think it's RPG though.
No, it's not. That's the thing. It's not an RPG, and I feel like it needs to be an RPG element. I feel shit for saying The Getaway. I'll say that for another episode.
I still remember
I'm going
like,
to say,
the TVR in the
Save
game.
that for the gangster episode.
Yeah, let's do a gangster episode. Lil J will be there. Like, he'll be there bouncing, waiting.
Oh, he'd be all over Mafia and all that.
He'd be dressed up as
Yeah.
Godfather. Like,
You're just up as Tony Montana.
Donnie. Yeah, but it's definitely Odyssey, and that's the reason why I would say Odyssey is, again, was really into RPGs, but then when I played that, and it was on sale back in March during the whole lockdown thing, and I think a lot of games went on sale, so it being lockdown, perfect time to kind of get on these kind of games, and started playing Odyssey, and I just loved the whole story.
It's
like you said,
fantastic
Anne, it's fantastic, because I wasn't really into that kind of Greek mythology and stuff.
Yeah,
or
so
anything
I
like
love
that.
Greek mythology,
was.
but
So, yeah.
Now I'm just such a big fan of it, you know, and I'm just like, even recently watched 300 again, and kind of looking at all these comparisons and pop culture and stuff like that. And
Clash of
it's
the
just,
Titans, stuff like that.
Clash
all
of
these
Titans,
games, man.
exactly, and
Good
just
films, good
such a
games.
beautiful game, and the story is beautiful. It's emotional. It just hits all the right levels, but. You know, it's my number 5. I wish I could push it up. I didn't have the same effect, like, you know, kind of admiration as I did for the other 4 that I'm going to say in a bit. But number 5.
So Getaway was
glad.
number 5, is now 4.
It's moved up. Yeah, but no, Assassin's Creed.
No,
Obviously, I mean, we've talked about it so much already. that
I
just
did enjoy
have
the
to
game,
say,
but I gave up. Like as soon as you
Because
got
it's
the
too
bow,
long.
yeah, it was just.
Too long for you.
I don't know, man.
Well, Odyssey.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I completed Origins, and then Odyssey came out.
Yeah, but we're all different. We all
It's
we
very
all
same,
go
though.
into games.
It's very
differently.
repetitive. It's the same as Origins, though, isn't it? It's a different story.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Go
to a
there,
degree.
complete the area, to jump off the, do
Yeah,
the
but
eagle thing.
that's all
They're
Assassin's
all
Creed
the
games.
same.
Yeah, I know.
It's the same as buying a
But
Far Cry.
that's what
Far
I'm
Cry,
saying, but-
Far Cry 3, 4, 5
Yeah.
are all the same games.
It's rinse, repeat.
Just different.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what you're buying into
But
it.
this is what
exactly.
I had a chat with Goku as well. Like, I played Assassin's Creed and I played Far Cry. And very similar. Like, it looks like this. You got the same sort of map layout. You go there, sort out that area. It's just very like.
Yeah, it seems like we were talking about this, guys. It seems like, especially with Ubisoft, they've done a lot of this kind of RPG thing the past few years. We were saying, don't we? It seems like they've done a copy and paste job. So between Ubisoft Montreal and all these other studios, they were like, let's just copy the blueprint and just build on that.
But they literally did. Like,
Yeah.
Far Cry 4 came out.
Yeah.
And then they copy and pasted it for Far Cry Primal.
Exactly.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
They openly admitted it as well.
They've actually said that, right?
absolutely.
So glad that's true.
Apparently, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it
the
felt like
the
that.
map's the same.
I mean, Far Cry 5, then you got Far Cry
Look it
New
up,
Dawn.
Google
Yeah.
it.
Because it's 17 years later, it is essentially the same place,
The
just
same
with
place.
different greenery on it now.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
Yeah.
it makes sense, but so people
Yeah.
know what they're going into when it was something like New Dawn.
That's right.
Because again, it's copy and paste, but it's the
Copy and
story
paste.
why
Yeah.
and fans why people go back and do Far Cry.
Which
I
is
mean,
what
Exactly.
I was saying originally. It depends on it's like you have to be in the right frame of mind.
Yeah.
The story has to be something you're interested in the first place.
Sure.
All of these things come together. Whether you
What's
Yeah.
the bear called in?
cheeseburger.
What's the matter with him? Why does he only eat
You
fish?
don't like the diabetes. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
But what? Yeah. But
Yeah.
think about it though. What a character.
He's brilliant. Yeah,
He's freaking amazing.
And he
And
won't
then-
play it.
Yeah.
What a loser.
And what was the mountain lion?
Yeah, but you won't play Red Dead.
Peaches, that's it. Peaches, the mountain lion.
The mountain.
Fantastic.
Yeah, not being funny, but I'd rather play a game where I can have a bear follow me and take out outposts with the bear's name's
fine.
Cheeseburger.
Yeah, it's like in thought.
When we're going to take my mule because it can carry 2 guns. Fuck that.
Yeah, but it's like Red Dead, like, is memorable, man. Like, that character, Arthur Morgan, like, it instantly become one of my favorite characters. It does. Like, you have to get past this, like, certain area, like, story point.
Fall in love.
Yeah,
with
because
that,
such not even a little.
But it's a prequel. You knew what was going to happen. Of course you did. It was pointless.
Yeah, but you see, this is the thing on the
You just get to attach to his character.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful game, man.
Hashtag no.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing for me. See, Red Dead came from PlayStation.
Yeah.
And so as a PC player, I never had access to the first game.
An Xbox. An Xbox.
Sorry, an Xbox. Yeah. So I never got to play the first game. So I've gone into Red Dead, in a sense, the right way because it's set technically, isn't it? Is it set before? Isn't it set before Red Dead 1?
Red Dead 2 is set before
Red Dead. Yeah. So technically, you know. So
Yeah. But guys, like, you know, talking about all that, like the maps and whatever and stuff, and something about Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like even just the huge scale of it, because it's Greece and you know all the different islands and stuff. And I didn't know how. Talking about fast travel, I didn't know how to fast travel with the boats. And for those who played it, you know about that. So there's one mission where I had to get to this island, and I had to literally go rather than from here to here. The way the map was designed, I had to go all the way around, and it took like 30 minutes. And I have these actually German friends that I met through playing Battlefield 5, and we were just talking on the Xbox, you know, on the thing, and it was really cool. And they were telling me about how their lockdown story in Germany while I was doing that whole thing, and I felt kind of cool. But it was just like, you know,
whilst you're exploring Greece,
He's exploring
seeing the
Greece.
sites. I'm like,
It's
oh,
weird,
that's nice. Lockdown.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm locked down in fucking.
One
boat.
second, there's a hippo in the.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
So
great game.
yeah,
Yeah, Assassin's Creed
I do remember
Odyssey,
there's one point I'll never
yeah.
forget of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I don't know if you've come across it yet.
Okay.
I try not to spoil it.
Yeah.
But I literally done a side mission where I had to go get this dude's kite off a tree or something like that, and then next minute I'm
done
taking
that.
out a Cyclops. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I did not see that coming at all. I would have thought that was like some sort of main mission thing, but no.
It's a Cyclops, right? Exactly.
See, like that's,
Yeah,
when I was
it's,
playing, the one boss, shall we say, that I wanted to meet was the Minotaur.
Right.
So
Minotaur.
Yeah, and obviously,
Taste the beast.
and obviously you didn't know where these bosses were.
beast.
You'd come along, you'd end up doing this mission, you end up doing a boss mission, and you were kind of hoping it was going to be like. I mean, it took me quite a while to find the Minotaur in the end, but yeah.
Did you mount it?
Yeah, his head. I melted his head on the wall. Yeah.
Going back to Red Dead for a sec, right?
What, like your mum?
John come up to me one morning, right? He just got into. He just got into Red Dead, right? And he's like, he got so psyched because he finally killed a bison. And he was like, and then I mounted that beast. Yeah, you did. It
Oh,
was
like
like,
white horse or something.
yeah, that was it. There's like, I'm tamed the white horse, and then I mounted that beast. It was so funny. I was cracking up.
We were saying that word the whole day.
We were doing, yeah, that was so, mate. That was so funny.
So good.
Oh, that was nearly a Big Me and Jimmy moment there. So yeah, is that it? Nothing else?
Yeah, that's
Good choice.
Yeah.
Good number 5. My number 5 is a game I honestly have to say I didn't think I would ever play in my life because I was a bit.
Must be a PC game then.
No, it was a game I considered. Whilst the franchise was going very kiddie-ish, you know, it was on very kiddie-ish consoles and whatnot.
Okay.
And then this game, Big G kept pushing, saying, play it, I promise you, it's better.
I'm intrigued.
And it's
Breath of the Wild.
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I thought so.
Nice.
I thought so. Yeah.
I mean, I played Zelda when it was on the original Nintendo and Super Nintendo. I think the last one I played was on N64.
Let's really hear it because
And then it was getting kiddie-ish for me. It was getting too like Wind Waker was too, you know,
it's
just
too colourful.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's just it lost to me. It lost its appeal. I just didn't feel like it was
Well,
like.
then Twilight Princess wasn't that kiddie.
I didn't like it either. I didn't like it either.
What reason?
No, because it was like the whole the Wii control thing, and I couldn't grasp the concept of it. It just
motion controllers.
Yeah. And then when I played Breath of the Wild, it was just holy shit. I played on a night shift one time, and I think, here we go. I'm not gonna like this. I've just forked out 60 quid for this thing, and I was like, still a bit kiddyish. Oh shit, this is happening now. This is this is quite deep now. This is quite dark, and there's more adult orientated, and it was really, really good. And because it was, I think the upside of it being portable was another upside to it, because I can actually play it, keep doing it. And mate, I was hooked. I even broke my Joy-Cons playing this game.
No way.
Do you know the whole drifting issue? You were there. I even broke my Joy-Cons playing this game. I was so hooked on it.
You got a new one?
Wow. I got a new one, new Joy-Cons in the end. But mate, I was hooked on even just the cooking side. I was hooked.
There's cooking?
Yeah, you have get some bits and you throw it in a pot, and it makes all these different sushis and whatnot. I was like, mate, I love that. And then I was trying to get info. Like I got to certain dungeons. I was like, Big G, how do I do this and how do I do that? He's like, I had to YouTube it in the end.
No, honestly, some of them are hard. Like. I remember, well, obviously in the whole game they've got shrines and they're like puzzles in there, and then you go complete it, you get these orbs, and you can power up certain attributes of the character, isn't that right? Stamina, speed,
hearts and
whatnot.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's like 161 of them.
Yeah, but then was the part when I had to get the sword, and I'm like, dude, how do I do it? And he's like, oh, you have to get more than 11 hearts to do it. And again, I wouldn't have known that, but because you played it, and
did you do all the shrines then?
I think I missed two or three out.
I mean, this is going to be a spoiler, but how cool was it when you saw that dragon in the sky? The dragon?
There's about
four of them.
Yes.
Yeah, try to take them down.
Yeah, because I had to do the there's 4 shrines, isn't there?
Yeah,
four big
of
ones.
Those ones. Yeah.
Yes, 3. I did do it because when you get to Gamera, it takes half his health off. Is it Gameron?
No, I think he's talking about there's these like Chinese sort of dragons that fly around in certain areas.
No, I did.
Divine Beast,
no, I did one of them. I didn't do all of them.
Yeah.
But I did the beasts that you have to do. What are they called again?
The Guardians.
Divine Beasts?
Divine Beasts, yeah.
Divine Beasts, that's it. I did all them. And obviously they help kill Gameron at the end.
That's a completely new take on Zelda, because most of the dungeons are like just there, like, they don't move. These are like, the dungeons are like 4 beast themed. So one's like an elephant and it's like walking around in a lake or something.
There's so many, man. They're just so well detailed.
Camel sort of one, which is in the desert, and that's just moving about.
You got the eagle in the sky as well,
and there's this lizard that's going around on a volcano. And I'm telling you, like, it's so cool, because the game here's the game. Just do what you want. Like, you can go and do any of the dungeons, or screw that, and I'm just going to explore, because that's what I did. I ended up exploring the whole area, doing the shrines. Then I started doing the dungeons, the stories, and everything. It's fun. Oh, it's amazing.
That's the magic of RPG. It's a good.
I think that is the ultimate definition of open world.
Yes,
From the get-go, you can literally do anything, climb anything. Just
it's all there.
It was oyster in that game.
It's all laid out for you.
Yeah.
But I always used to rip the piss out of him. He was like, "No, why has he got stamina? It's so fucking stupid." And then I was just like hooked on it, man, big time.
And you can literally climb anything as well. You literally,
literally anything.
If you have, provided you got the stamina.
Yeah, and providing you don't go on that purple slimy stuff, whatever as well.
I remember one of the shrines where it's basically you go into it, you don't know how to solve it, but you need to find the counterpart shrine that's somewhere else to solve that one, and then it's a bit like. They don't give you any clues. It's just like, you know what?
Can't go and do it yourself.
But there's a part I kept giving to you, was like when the thief's around the corner and...
Yes.
that took me
got to
forever.
throw
But then I did have a drift Joy-Con at the same time, so that was fucking me over big time.
You throw the bananas, and then these big guys, it's like tiptoe towards the banana. Take them, but so quirky as well. It's an amazing game, man.
So yeah, it's a game I never thought I'd ever have in there. But
I'm glad you played that, man.
I'm glad. I mean, I look forward to the sequel. I don't like the idea of it being co-op. I think it should still be a one-person player thing.
It's not going to be awesome.
But no, I would never have thought to say, there's a Zelda in my top 5, not top 10, but top 5 RPGs of all time.
I honestly thought
that's
you were
how much I enjoyed it.
Hate it after.
I wasn't expecting it to be in your top 5.
I never expected that.
But I really did enjoy the shit out of it. I mean, it's probably the only thing I've really played heavily on my Switch as well. Like, I play a few bits and bobs on the Switch, but I never really, actually kept taking it with me everywhere, whatnot. It was just... I broke Joy-Cons playing this game, for crying out loud.
I mean, Little G's playing it at the moment. I'm just I'm just sitting next to him watching it, helping
Dude,
him out.
I nearly spoiled it for him. I nearly spoiled it because I thought he played it and he'd gone back to it.
Ooh.
So I was close to not. Yeah.
Man, yeah, it's just...
Yeah, my number 5. John, number 4, sir. What's your number 4?
My number 4.
It was 1982.
I knew it was coming.
Back in 1901.
Check my list again. My number 4 is Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Beautiful. I'm so happy you said that, John.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you're talking about a bit, when you're leveling up, and then your armor is leveling up, and then stuff like that. I like the idea that, for example, that for example, your character, as you're moving, progressing through the game, naturally, for example, you need a better weapon in order to kind of kill these, characters better and hack, it's just nice. It's just, I don't know, it just flowed really well.
Yeah,
but the designs was amazing.
Yeah. But, go on, John. Why number 4?
I think we pretty much talked about it enough to say why, really.
I saw Star that he's getting paid by year right now. Ubisoft.
No, it's like, we can take the mickey out of each other, or we like films, games, whatever. That's the whole point. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we're good mates.
Yes.
But I'm
best
as I know, I'm a sucker for an origin story. So for me, having played most, if not all, the Assassin's Creed games before Origins, I loved what they did with Origins, because it's like it took the whole thing back to the beginning. So then, in a sense, explained to you where the Assassin's Creed came from. So I loved all of that. Then, of course, there was the Egyptian mythology on top of that. And I just loved everything about Origins. So then when they did Odyssey, I had the interest in the Greek mythology as well as the Egyptian. And I just loved everything. So those two games, for me, I couldn't fault them.
Yeah.
I just love those games. So I mean, whether... I don't know. It's hard for me to say whether Origins is better than Odyssey or vice versa. But Odyssey was the last one that I played, obviously. So I put Odyssey in my number 4.
Nice.
That's a good choice.
Good choice, man.
Very good choice.
Right, my one. Okay.
Here it comes.
It's going to be one of those.
Assassin's Creed.
Metal Gear Solid 3.
It's definitely RPG, but I don't know if it's kind of open world.
Okay.
Bit linear, but
yeah.
So
I
I'm
don't
going
know.
to go
Come on,
with
you've got to say it for us to criticise.
Yeah.
Persona 5.
I never played it. So
Okay.
It's kind of like open world because not in a sense.
Yeah, Japan.
But not in the sense like open world where you can just free roam like Zelda.
Yeah.
But it's very like you got to go to the underground to go to Akihabara or.
Yeah, that's linear. That's more a linear game.
But it's still kind of open world.
I'm not so sure.
I've never played it, so
I don't know. Maybe.
I know of it, but I've never played it.
I'm not going to criticise it for you. I mean, if it's your number 4 or
yeah,
whatever,
I thought I'd put it in there because I've
never played it.
This whole
Persona 4 or 5?
5. It's basically
Shouldn't
Tokyo.
you put that at 5?
Yeah.
Don't start.
And then Persona 4 at 4.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that we came back from Japan, and then obviously the game is based in Japan, Tokyo. They've got Akihabara, Kyoto, all the major cities.
Yeah, because
obviously it's not to the extent of it's the whole map sort of thing. It's like little sections of it.
Yeah, because in Japan, if you are an anime fan, Akihabara is kind of like the district for that, and you watch a lot of pop culture, even a lot of anime, it's based in that, and also around the whole Shinjuku area and stuff like that. You see the
making me want to play Rising Sun, saying all these.
It's classed as an RPG.
Yeah, it's definitely RPG, but I don't know if
it doesn't have to be open world as well, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's
RPG or
open world.
It's what they class as what we were saying earlier about Diablo being an RPG. It's an action RPG.
That's right.
Actually, this is JRPG.
I was just going to say, this is classed as a JRPG. It's a Japanese role-playing game.
A quick little rundown on the game. I've probably mentioned it in the previous episode, but it's basically you're a high schooler, and obviously you've been transferred to a new school in Japan because of certain issues that happen. Mm-hmm. And he's got something happens, and he has an ability to go to these sort of alternate personas, realities where, say, for instance, there's a teacher, and his persona in the world is very perverty, So he has a lot of like a castle. They call it a castle in this alternate version. So it's like the dungeon on that area. Right. So there's other area of people that you come across, and then you obviously go in. Through the day, you're like a high school student, and you do certain aspects like you study and you improve certain skills, and if you study, you improve.
Like your knowledge and skills.
Knowledge
and
stuff,
right?
So, so if you go to play play darts, you improve the aspect of your team building, and that has effect on the alternate world. Yeah. So all these little day-to-day things you do, you power up your character in the dungeon version, and it's like again, it's got character building. Even like the story with the interaction between other characters is amazing. Yeah. And again, it's got these sort of like you can date the girls as well in the characters, and you can.
Here we go.
What is with you and you dating, bro?
I hope my missus not listening. But it's like that little, it's like those little when you're like at school. It brings back my school days. Like,
you need to dub it in Sri Lankan for her.
And it's so unique. And I again, it's one of those games I can go and talk about it all day, but I don't do it just to talking about it. You just have to go and,
If we didn't go to Japan, do you think you still would have appreciated the game?
Yeah, because I think I played Persona 4 before
you
that,
went.
so I was already in on the whole of the whole series.
Kind of gives you.
It is an amazing game, but again, I don't think it's everyone's cup of tea. But
is it turn-based?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it is.
Definitely not then.
But you got to appreciate it, though.
I mean, I've seen the look of it, and then you bought that big art book thing.
Yeah, I've got
it does
the
look
limited,
quite pretty.
I've got the limited collection and art book and stuff.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's my number 4.
Nice.
Over to Courage.
My man, Courage.
My man. So my number 4, I don't know if you guys have played it. You've definitely heard of it. Is Destiny 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, obviously John has played it. Yeah,
I haven't played.
I've only played the main campaign. Not done any of the DLC stuff.
Oh, I haven't.
Shock horror! I haven't finished it.
Wow,
but I have played it. I have played it. Yeah.
No, that's it's just your typical. I mean, you wouldn't class it as an MMO RPG, would you?
Loot shooter.
It's a bit of everything, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
I would.
It's definitely open world.
Yeah.
RPG.
I'll go with
exactly.
open world.
It's a hybrid.
Well, RPG. Yes.
It's loot and grab.
Loot shooter.
A lot of loot.
Level up a character.
Level up.
Yeah,
I
mean, basically, the more gear you get, it increases your item level.
Yeah.
And using those item level figures, you are able to go into more difficult dungeons to come back to get even more better gear.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were a big fan of Destiny. I should be playing with you, man.
The thing is, we played it when it first came out, me and Little G. And we got as far as before the DLCs came out and everything, and we got as far as doing the raids. Like I think it's 8-man raid.
They're hard though, bro.
Oh yeah, we struggled.
Ridiculous.
And, I mean, it requires you need to be talking. Like this is when we started like getting into like LFGs, starting to get into with people. And first attempt was just ridiculously hard, especially when you don't have the gear.
It kind of put me off it, to be honest. In a way,
Really?
the raids did. Definitely.
Me and Little G loved that. We loved the raiding bit aspect of any RPG. That's what I mean. That's when we came off World of Warcraft. Yeah, that's the whole aspect of raiding.
That's
where did you play that?
It was on the PC. Yes, we used to be a PC player. We used to be PC players.
Still are, aren't you?
If there's a good game there, and maybe. But Little G definitely still is. But yeah, Destiny 2, you know what it is, your RPG game. It's a first-person shooter with a bit of PvP in it as well. A bit of online for online players.
Surprising pick. I didn't think. You mentioned it earlier, and I was like, "Oh,
the thing is,
be?
I mean, they released DLCs, but we haven't gotten around to playing it. And I really want to play it, but
they're going to be free on Game Pass soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think the main game is
September 23rd. I think they're going to be free.
Yes. Yeah. But I
love Game Pass, man. It just keeps giving.
The only thing that annoys me is you only can have a 3-man fire team. It would be better if, you can have 4-man or 6-man team.
They might do that in a future update.
You never know.
But I think it's because there's only 3 classes. That's why they try and make you be one of each.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool. So
see, one of my games, they did that. They brought in an element of raid. But it was 4. It had to be 4 people. You couldn't play it with less. It was very, very hard. The idea was you had 4 players, and they did a thing as well where the first team to beat to beat the game would get there's a section in the game where you would have, we'll say your hall of fame, like your picture of your team.
I know what your game is.
So,
I'm not going to say
I know
it, but I know.
Yeah. So then when they did, and a lot of people had asked for it, but they put the raid in, but then the problem was they only made it 4 people, and everybody complained. So the second raid that they done is 8 people.
Oh, nice.
So it depends on the developers or the games. They if you complain enough, they will listen and they will, So.
Well, I think it's past that point of complaining now. You can go back to it.
Is it any different from number 1? Is there a big difference? Is there like a big leap between ones? Because I played Destiny 1, I really like that. So
I think
main
Taken King was awesome.
Yeah.
What, the DLC?
No, the first one. Taken King DLC was amazing.
Main difference I noticed,
so cool.
Raid was a lot harder. But I know they incorporated in the actual worlds that you actually go to, they actually have real-time based events going on in different areas. So you would have to go within that certain sector with a bunch of people, complete it to reap the rewards.
Yeah.
Oh.
And obviously it's on a time limit. If you do it complete it, it will vanish and then respawn 20 minutes later or whatever, whatnot.
It's one of those games like just going back to World of Warcraft, Courage and stuff like that. It's one of those games, where they have, now you're seeing a lot of it in the multiplayer kind of worlds where you have a hub and players meet. And I love that, where you can bump into people and say, hey, can you help me out? Let's go out and do this mission. And I think Destiny really, really, the
Destiny
first one,
did do that,
two really pioneered that.
And
really worked on that,
what
right?
followed up from Destiny, we were all eager to play, was Anthem as well.
I
was a really good game.
I'm so happy you said that. I liked it.
I love that game, I'm not gonna lie. But the only problem I had is...
Did you actually play it then?
Yeah,
we finished it.
What, Anthem?
Yeah.
Anthem, we finished it, yeah.
Bloody hell, okay.
Yeah.
That was an amazing game. But the only thing, I think they took too long in releasing, DLCs or whatever, further content. Because once we got to the end game, we were like, there's not much more.
They should have
I
just
can't see
given that
more.
game another year or two and then bring it out properly.
It was a bit rushed, wasn't it?
Totally rushed.
I remember.
So
I think when they first showed it at an E3 was it a couple of years ago, and we all went, "Oh my god, we have got to get this game!"
Yeah.
We all shut
And
ourselves.
we were all desperate to play it. So when it came out,
I mean, it's BioWare. It's the guys that did Mass Effect.
it just wasn't right. And so that put me off getting it. So I thought, a bit like Fallout 76.
No, I really enjoyed it. Man.
I liked it.
It's a game. I'm interested in going back to it. Now
I
that
reckon
they've
if they kept
righted
it more story-driven based, as if how Mass Effect was, none of this online sort of thing, just story-based. I think it would have been
to me,
amazing.
that should have been an option.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to bring your mates in, like something like Division,
Yeah.
then bring it in. But it should have stayed as like a single-player campaign, and then I don't know, months later, do a patch. Bring multiplayer into it, because that's what killed it. Was this online all the time? In my opinion,
Yeah, so I never got.
it wasn't
I never
badly
did
designed.
play it.
The suits were amazing. It just, I just love that Iron Man feel to it.
Yes.
Flying around, just doing that
Exactly.
jumping and and you're like swaying away. Oh man, it was so good.
It's amazing. Even just the rumble and the controller.
Yeah,
just doing
man.
it.
But the Colossus, I used to love that dude. And that massive machine gun he has and everything. Just, it was so good.
Heavy.
Yeah, I mean the level designs with them. I remember the first trailer as John
Beautiful.
Zeri. The guy goes inside the wall and then comes
Exactly,
out, and we're like, oh my god, this is gonna be sick.
Well, this was it. See, I signed up to the alpha and I got on the alpha, so they gave me I think it was like an hour to play it, and but the alpha that I played wasn't anything apparently like the actual game when it came out, because so many people criticised it, and it
It's
kind of
the
I
thing,
thought,
though,
oh,
they should have just taken the time, just done it how it
yeah,
should have
we've
been.
said
Like,
this.
it
They
must have been like,
should
oh my God,
have taken an
everyone's
extra
got,
6 months or more.
Really good, feedback. We're going to have to rush it out quickly now.
Big mistake.
Yeah, because it came out in February. If they waited till like the holiday season that year, I think it would have been a totally different game.
Yeah.
I still say I think it's just focused more like story driven.
But then when you got EA running your game, it's down to them, innit? But they want it out for a certain time. It's going to be out at a certain time, innit?
There's talks now of them redoing it completely.
It should.
They are.
Because and then they're literally calling it Anthem 2.0, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right.
So I'd be interested in playing it.
Take my money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But take your time.
This is it.
Take my money, but take your time.
Go, cool. What's your number 4, sir?
All right, my number 4 is, I'm hoping some of you play this, it's Fallout New Vegas.
Yes. Love
right?
it.
And
Awesome.
the reason why, I'm so happy you said that, John. Yeah, the reason why New Vegas did it for me, I remember playing that and just thinking, in the distance, if you guys been to Las Vegas, and
Yeah,
you
4
notice-
times.
4 times. Yes, serious. We've actually all been to that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, and the spire in that,
Yes.
right? Okay, so. Okay, I've got to tell you guys because I know we went to
the sphere.
The sphere. Is that a sphere?
What do you call it?
No, the spire.
The spire. Is it a
Yeah,
spire
yeah.
or a sphere?
What, the big tall one?
The big tall
Spire.
building.
You
need to go
And
Vegas more
stratosphere.
often.
The stratosphere.
The stratosphere.
Stratosphere.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. I knew what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah, that long thing. And when you start in the game, you see it in the distance. And what I love about it is that the end game is kind of there.
Yeah.
And, you're kind of working your way towards it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, if anything, you're seeing the stratosphere get bigger and bigger. And that gives you an idea,
Yeah.
a visual idea of how close you're coming
Yeah.
to the end of the game. But as you're going down this road, right, which is like iconic of Route 66 in America, or that kind of surrounding
Something like that,
mountains.
yeah.
There's like little
I can't
missions
remember what it
happening on
was
the
now, yeah.
side.
Yeah,
Exactly, and when you finally get there, and I really don't want to spoil it, but like what you've been working towards, it's the answer is inside the top of the stratosphere.
Yes.
So you've got to go to the top. And I swear to God, like I was kind of disappointed by it, but then I kind of loved it. But then the whole journey for me, it wasn't about the ending. It was
It's about the journey.
Yes. Exactly, which is what RPG is in my opinion.
You're
I
going to
kind
hate
of
me for
want about the
it.
journey.
I did play it, but I never completed it.
You didn't complete it?
Yeah.
Could be, about Ant's question. Could be something you can get back on and do that.
maybe,
I think that's a great game to get back on, man. Because
Finish Far Cry 5 first.
Fuck that piece of
Oh, no.
He's missing out,
Michael
John.
You
My
can't
ass.
say that. You can't say that.
but
buy this bundle for
So
this much money.
I believe New Vegas is
Yeah.
the Fallout game that wasn't done by Bethesda.
Yes.
that's right. Yeah, which is really interesting.
Was it Obsidian or
really?
someone done it?
Obsidian?
Obsidian did it. Who
Oh,
did
really?
the Outer Worlds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
yeah,
we did Outer Worlds. Yeah, and it's got that aspect. Actually, I recently played Outer Worlds when it was on the Game Pass.
Yeah,
and I was
Bethesda
like,
released
ooh.
it, but they never actually did it, did they?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But then in all fairness, it was like a year after 3 come out.
Oh,
Literally,
it
yeah.
might have been more than that, actually. Yeah.
I remember it was
2
right
years,
after
right?
3.
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Oh,
No,
well, I've
I think it was literally
It was
a year
almost
after.
like a DLC, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But they released it as a separate.
Yeah, because I think it was
played it, but I can't remember.
October of one year. The Fallout 3 came out, and in November of the year after, that's when Vegas came out. So
Yeah.
literally like 13 months apart.
Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, good choice. And do you know Matthew Perry does the voice of the bad guy?
No way.
You don't know that?
Matthew Perry.
Matthew Perry. He apparently was a huge fan of Fallout 3. That he wanted to have a voice
I
in
heard.
Thingy.
Yes.
And apparently he's the main bad guy voice.
I got a voice that I want to be clarifying. In Fallout 4, you know the guy who works for those Steel...
Brotherhood of Steel.
Brother of Steel is George Clooney.
Is that him?
Yeah.
I just thought, I was like, that's George Clooney. I swear I've heard that
It looks
voice.
like him as well, though.
Yeah.
in fairness, though.
Yeah.
Is it actually his voice?
Yeah.
Badass.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
See, a lot of them though, a lot of them do these voiceovers, and they don't have their names in the
Yeah,
credits.
it's like, it's not... I've
No,
never
exactly.
read it
Yeah.
IGN or anything. Oh, George Clooney did the voice. I was
Yeah.
like, is that...
Fallout 3 starring George Clooney. It's not actually said like you say. It's not
Badass,
told
man.
like that.
That's badass. They
Might show up on the TV series, who knows?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Nice
for
little
that.
cameo for him, would be good.
Could be, yeah.
I'll be there for you.
What's that dog called? Dog meat.
Dog meat.
Dog meat,
that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I prefer
Dog meat.
Codsworth, though, personally. But.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so this is
that's
it.
the
It's
together.
like I played Fallout 4 and I loved Dog Meat, fantastic. But then, like we say, you come up to Far Cry 5 and you get a chance to ditch the dog for Cheeseburger the bear or Peaches. Come on, it was just so
No-brainer.
because it's like when you get the dog and you think,
Boomerang's a dog in
Yeah, no.
Far Cry.
Oh, yeah. Boomerang.
Boomerang. Yeah,
Boomerang's a dog in Far Cry. You just mentioned Dog Meat, which is Fallout, isn't it?
yeah, so,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I mean.
Ditch him for Cheeseburger, man. Anyway.
Yeah, but it's like you play Fallout 4 and you've got Dog Meat the dog and you think, oh, this is great and he's a good little character. And then you play Far Cry 5 and again you get another dog and you think, oh well, I've had a dog in Fallout 4, I've had a dog here, why not? And then you get a chance to have a mountain lion or a bear. You soon ditch the dog.
Yeah, totally.
You do.
Totally agree.
So yeah,
So that's your
Yeah.
pick, yeah?
Yeah, that's that.
nice.
Okay, so my number 4, which funny enough is a game I played at the beginning of the year and finished this year. A game I thought I would never play, Fallout 4.
Hey.
Funny enough, Fallout 4 is 4.
I remember you telling us, "Oh man, I never got into that game."
You asked me for a while.
I was asking you guys for years on advice on this and that, and then it was just one of those games where I bought the Game of Year edition years ago and just never was in the right mood to play it.
Yeah. No, didn't you say you didn't know where to go? It doesn't tell you where to go.
No, because I tell you what, because I bought it, played it for a little bit, and I was just like, okay, I get this, I get that, and I just couldn't get used to this and that, and the VAT system, all that sort of stuff. I wasn't really sure how to do it, because it doesn't actually tell you in the game what to do or how to do it. And I prefer RPGs where your goal's here, go to there, and I couldn't suss that out with the Pip-Boy and all that sort of stuff. I was just really ignorant about it, because again I thought it was turn-based and whatnot.
But then did you play?
Because again, I didn't get the VAT system. That's why.
Yeah, but did you play Fallout 3?
No.
Well, that's why, you see. See, if you'd played Fallout 3 or
exactly,
1 or 2,
or New Vegas, then I would have known.
I did, and so of course went into Fallout 4 more or less knowing the system,
that it would be
whereas you didn't. So
I can't remember which one it was. I think probably 3, Fallout 3. And I didn't know about the stopping time, and you can aim at their head.
That's what I said, the VAT system.
That's the VAT system. VAT.
Only like
and this is what, and again, it was just once I started it, learnt all the nicks and tricks, then I was just hooked on it completely. Just going from here to there, no issues with it. I'm going to go with these guys, or the group you're going to pick. You know, am I going to go with Brotherhood? Am I going to go with the Railway? Am I going to go with Railway? I mean, I'd already known the outcome of the ending of the game anyway, so I tried to do it differently. Even though obviously you're going to get the same outcome regardless. But just getting used to the bad guys that you guys talk about all the time. Now I know what Murloc is now and whatnot. So
Murloc,
and I know what a super mutant is now, etc. Just love it. Absolutely loved it. Hooked on it. Nearly, I did all the DLC. Nuka World is my favourite DLC.
Yeah, Nuka World's good.
Everyone says Far Harbour, but Nuka World was the best. Nuka World was amazing.
You know, just the whole...
Yeah, absolutely love that.
Nuka World was a real drink. Like Coca-Cola, please, do something.
Nuka-Cola,
Nuka-Cola, sorry.
Yeah, but they've been asked for so long to do that, and they haven't done it.
You can buy, like, Model Reaper, you know...
you can buy
Well, guys,
like a memorabilia version of it, sort of thing. You can actually buy...
Okay.
It's like in Fallout 76 when you go to you go to Nuka World, the Nuka factory, Nuka Cola factories and stuff like that. Yeah, so
that is really
good
cool.
little addition to it.
And I got to ask you something, right? I played Fallout 4 as well.
Yeah.
Have you got like an iPad or like a tablet? Or like smartphone and stuff?
I don't have any Apple stuff in my
You got a Mac.
It is forbidden.
You got a Mac.
I do have a Mac though, nothing, sorry.
Right, check this out, because tablet or anything. I played that with the Pip-Boy. You can get this, like, it's a Fallout app where you can get the Pip-Boy on your phone or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And it's the coolest experience ever. It's like, it's so interactive. And, for example, you'll be looking at the screen and you've got this little side thing and you can just play around on the VATs there, and it links up, like, through the Wi-Fi to the thing, and it just makes the experience so
but you know why they did that?
And the map and everything.
You know why they did that?
Is that because of the special edition with the Fallout, with the Pip-Boy?
Yeah.
Is it because of that?
Because you could get the Pip-Boy.
Yeah.
But it didn't have a screen, because the screen was going to be your phone
that you can slip.
So the idea was you put the app on your phone and you slip your phone into the Pip-Boy.
Okay.
Yeah, that was what they've done.
That's really cool.
Okay, moving on. Number 3. We've got an hour left. So
right, my number 3 is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Nice.
I
recently played it.
I haven't finished playing it, but it's just such an amazing game. I am just.
I was debating to put that in the top 5. I really did enjoy that.
Yeah. I had it as my number 2, to be fair. But then
it's weird playing on the PS4 controller.
This is I was saying to you earlier, I had to make a tweak, so I made a tweak.
Oh yeah, you did, yes.
And it's going to be, because the reason I put it as my number 3 is because I haven't finished it yet.
Yes.
But I already know it's going to be awesome.
What I love about it is the story,
I'm enjoying everything about it. The visuals are it's an amazing looking game.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And the story's pretty good. I mean, it's like and me were talking about the character.
Yes.
Aloy.
And it's like if we had a choice of playing a male or a female character, no disrespect to the women out there listening, we would generally pick the man. Obviously, with Horizon Zero Dawn, you don't get the choice. You are playing as the woman, but you don't. It's almost like her gender has nothing to do with it.
Didn't you pick the female character in Assassin's Creed?
Absolutely.
I have played both. I know
Don't bring
what
it
you're
up.
getting at. I know what you're getting at. But yeah,
Moving on.
but yeah, I can't find anything about the game I don't like, to be honest with you.
It's such a beautiful.
Another PS4 exclusive.
Well,
Yes.
it's not just on PC, dumbass.
Damn it. It was.
It was.
Thing was, to be fair, while it was on the PS4, it was a game that I wanted to play because I'd seen enough of the trailers for it and other people playing it and listening to you guys talking about it when you were playing it and stuff. It's a bit like Zelda Breath of the Wild. I hear enough of you talking about it that I'm kind of like thinking, well, if it ever came to PC, I would be interested in playing it.
Yeah.
Probably no, exactly. Probably never will, but you know.
Belongs
But then,
to Nintendo.
yeah. But it's like Death Stranding, again, another game, people said, no, it's PS4 only, and that's come on PC now. Horizon Zero Dawn, that's come on PC now.
Yes.
So I had the interest in wanting to play it anyway.
It's weird how Xbox likes to share their games with PC.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas PS4 are like, we're releasing our own time for the PC guys.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Bunch of arseholes, man.
Exactly. But I must admit, to be fair, credit where it's due, the designers and whatever of Horizon Zero Dawn,
Yeah.
pat on the back all round for everyone.
When number 2's coming out, I'm taking a week off.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Same.
Yeah. I'm nearly finished Frozen Wilds.
Oh, that's.
And then I'll go back to the rest of the story because I was advised not to finish the main story.
Yeah.
I was advised to go and do Frozen Wilds and then come back to it, which is what I've done.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I
So-
think I'm nearly. I've got a fair idea. think I'm nearly finished. I think I'm a couple of missions away from finishing.
I'm kind of glad you've got that though, because when it came out,
Yeah.
the add-on didn't come out till like 6 months after the
Yeah,
game. So a lot of people had finished the game and gone to that. I would have preferred to do the DLC, then go into it, which is what I did when I
agree.
Yeah. You see, I don't think you
Surely
can.
it should be the other way around. Game and then the DLC.
Yeah, it was. That's what he's just said.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
That's
right,
what
I thought
you
you
said.
said
Yeah, put your
DLC
headphones
for-
on.
I think you can only get the complete edition on PC, can't you?
You get it on the PS4 as well.
PS4.
No. What I mean is the only version of it on the PC is the complete edition.
Yeah, you can on the PS4 as well. Get a complete edition.
I know. What I'm saying is, you can't get. There's
Like
no.
a
There isn't two. There isn't two.
Oh, on sorry. Yeah,
on the PC, it's the complete edition.
Yeah,
so
you don't
you're
get the
getting
choice
you're
of-
getting both. So
Yeah, you can't opt out of
Yeah.
getting. I see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
so I
Such a good-
lovely, fantastic game.
Good choice. Big G, number 3.
My number 3 is. Now wait for it.
Oh,
Here
here
we
it
go.
comes. Here it comes.
Is it a PC game?
No, no.
Metal Gear Solid.
Assassin's Creed.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh,
Which one?
Black Flag.
I knew you were going to say Black Flag. I was just about to say it.
nice.
That one is.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good game. Good game.
I think it's the one where, like, I think they, run out of ideas. Like,
Yep.
I remember playing the first one. I think I'll say it again. It was like
yeah.
the first time, you can, like I said, assassinate people, can jump off the thing.
Yeah. That had got
And then
boring,
it
to be
got
fair.
bored, and then the second one the same, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
And this one was like, you're on a
pirate.
boat, like
Yeah.
what?
Pirate.
You could
Yeah.
like jump,
Yeah.
hijack other boats, and then go to this other place. Oh, it was amazing, man. To be honest, I didn't play it when it first came out.
No, I didn't know that.
I get it like a year after, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is actually sick."
Yeah.
I was.
And then I was like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
"Oh wow," But it still had the same element of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
You go into land and
Yeah,
then
but then
do all your
but then it
missions,
wouldn't
but then
be-
you can jump on the ship and then you can just go around and then you can dive and oh man, it was.
Yeah, but the
like,
thing is,
wow.
it wouldn't be an
amazing.
Assassin's
I think
Creed
it's
game. if
one of
you
the
couldn't do those
underrated
bits. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
And I think for me, it's probably like as much as I did like Origins coming. I think I didn't play any Assassin's Creed games after Black Flag until Origin came out,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh my god, this is good. And then again, I went to Odyssey, and then I was like, oh, it's the same thing as Origins. They're just going back in the same sort of formula for me. That's why I was like, I didn't fancy Odyssey as much, but Black Flag was just when I was like, wow, this is
Yeah.
completely different. And I was like, yeah.
Amazing, isn't it?
That's what an open world should be, and it's amazing.
Exactly. It's like when you're watching Pirates of the Caribbean, you're thinking, "Oh my god, imagine something
Yeah.
like this is
Yeah,
a
yeah,
game."
yeah.
Like in your
Yeah.
head, you're thinking, "Oh my god, I wish I was a game designer
Yeah.
right now and just
Yeah, yeah.
be in that board
It's
meeting and be
wicked.
like,
You can,
release that game."
you're beyond the boat, and then you can literally do all your same
Yeah, but
sort
I
of
like
movements as you
the
can do
story
in
with
the
it
open
as
world,
well.
Yeah.
as well as like control the ship as well, and then
Yeah.
other ships will come, and then you have a battle. Oh,
Sea
it's
battles.
amazing,
Yeah.
man. It's just like what more could you want?
Yeah.
definitely up there. Open world game, top 3.
Great.
I mean, my number 3.
Good
sorry.
shot.
Yeah,
Good choice.
Good choice.
Good choice.
Here we go.
Here we go.
My one's actually another one that I actually didn't mention earlier. Is one of the ones that I've 100%ed before.
Oh.
I think it was back on the PlayStation 3 originally, which was Infamous.
Oh, yeah, okay.
No,
Yeah.
The first
Sucker
one.
Punch.
The first one, yeah, that's the one I loved. It's just amazing. I think that was the first type of game where you can literally, like, you know, hop on buildings, run around, you know, Spider-Man
You
style.
got the superpowers and stuff.
Yeah, the
isn't it?
electric power. You
Yeah.
can like literally recover your electricity as your power. Is you can just, you know, go up to any electric source, you know, like street lamp, generator, you know,
Yeah.
up to, even to a car, just, you know, suck it out and, you know, you're back to normal again. And the best thing about, for me, for that game was that you had the decision to actually be good or bad, and the outcome of the end game would, you know, differ as would, you know, in Star Wars, the old Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah. And
Amazing.
yeah, it's just you know, the open world game that you would want. It's
It's so weird because I completely forgot about that game.
Yeah.
There was one similar
Yeah.
to it. I can't. Projectile or something, or
same company.
no, it was a game similar. I can't remember the frigging name of it now. It's going to bug me.
It's on PlayStation.
No, it was on Xbox. It was on Xbox and PlayStation. There was 2 of them. I can't remember the name.
Homecoming? No.
No.
Homefront?
No. I'll find it in a sec.
No.
But no, it's very similar to Infamous. You go around, you got superpowers, and you
just
mutate and
amazing.
whatnot.
Oh, isn't it Crackdown?
No.
Oh.
No.
I remember Infamous. Do you remember I love the cutscenes for it. It used to be like comic book style.
It's comic. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was cool.
we had
That was
the collected. No, I bought it,
Yeah.
and then I don't know if I didn't know they released a limited edition of which was like a very comic book style sort of like art design on it. And I was like, oh man, I think I still got it upstairs.
amazing.
This is so cool. And the story was good in that because
It was interesting.
So basically,
Yeah.
like a bomb goes off, and then no, he's delivering a parcel. And the parcel is a bomb, and it goes off, and that's why he gets these powers. And then you later find out, a little spoiler warning, there's like this future self sort of time travel sort of element in there.
Nice.
I can't remember, but it's very cool, sort of like very comic book style. It's so good.
And I actually found out the other day it's the same company that actually did Ghost of Tsushima, Sucker Punch.
Nice.
I was like, wow.
Oh my
Well,
god.
we haven't done many games, but I think that's one
Another
of the few
game
ones.
on PlayStation that I'm hoping comes
Infamous
to
2
PC.
as well.
Definitely. I think it will.
Yeah, I think it was Second Light. It's called Infamous Second Light. Yeah, so they did that. They did Ghost of Tsushima.
Prototype. That's what it was called.
Prototype.
Prototype.
The guy with the blade on the cover art. Oh yes.
Yeah.
I never did play that game.
No,
but
I never did.
Cool.
No, I think I played the first one, but number 2. But it was very similar to Infamous, wasn't it? Yeah.
Always did admire the cover art for it.
Yes.
This is the guy with the big
Badass.
red-
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
man.
brilliant.
That's
Go cool.
Yeah.
Number 3, sir.
Number 3. Okay, this one I had to really think about this one, but I had to put it on the list. I thought about all RPG elements and putting that all in, and you know what defines a game, because I think now, especially RPG, is a bit blurred in terms of lines.
Yes.
You can't define a game as an RPG. Great song. Dum, 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 dum. Yes. It is Ghost Recon's Wildlands, and I don't know if anyone's played that.
Oh, do you know what? I really want to play that, but I've never heard a good thing about it at all.
Seriously, I don't know why people didn't like it. I mean, see, I played it, and I'd already booked my tickets to go to Peru. Like, I went backpacking in Peru. And that game, I'm telling you, like, I came back from Peru, and I played it again. And it was just absolutely amazing, because you're playing as, like, a team.
Yes.
And it has that kind of multiplayer element.
Is it because it
All
takes
of
place
you-
in Peru? Is that why you played it
It's
again?
actually Bolivia.
It's Bolivia.
Like, it's almost the same country. I mean, it's the same landscape
It's drug
and everything.
cartels and stuff, yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
And you've got to kind of kill off all these bosses to get to like the final king. You know, who's like this.
You
big boss and stuff.
you undermine his
So is it worth
authority.
giving a go?
Definitely.
It must be if it's in top 5. So
Yeah,
You're gonna
exactly.
hate me,
I
Goat,
really
but
enjoyed
again, that was like a game that
I know.
Far
You
Cry.
told me about this. You
I
didn't
went
like
and bought
it.
it. I played like an hour, and I was like, I sold it back.
It's got
Honestly, I don't know what it is.
I mean,
Yeah, it didn't
I've
really
played
did
it
it.
single player, and I
What did you think, John?
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's a better game if you're playing it with friends.
100%, exactly. Because when you play it online with other people, because again, none of my friends had it, so I'd play with random people around.
What company did it?
Really
Ubisoft.
Good. Ubisoft.
And
what was good about that is again the communication thing. So I remember one mission that I did, and one guy was a sniper, and he would be telling us where the people were in this compound,
and that's what I mean.
And that really helped.
It's a bit like playing horde mode on Gears. You're all playing.
Greatest mode ever.
If you imagine the whole game is horde mode.
Yes.
It's so
Come on, man! I'm intrigued now. I want to give it a go.
Give it a go. And what I like it, when you look at the whole map thing. So you've got different areas. You've got the desert. You've got like the snow
horde mode,
areas, the salt flats. Horde mode is in it as well. There's horde mode. Yep. They've updated.
How the hell did you not like it?
No, man.
Get the fuck out.
There you go.
There's the door, off you go.
Was that on current gen or previous gens?
This was
on Xbox.
Current gen. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
It's current gen. Yeah. Give it a go. It's really good.
There's one out. What's the recent one out?
It's called Breakpoint.
Yeah, so it's literally the one before that.
The one before that.
Yeah.
Which is the one that had the
Punisher in it, Breakpoint.
Predator sort of.
Oh, Predators in.
Am I thinking of
No,
another?
that's a PS4 exclusive.
Yeah.
We get it.
Yeah.
No, I remember John going on about it. That's why.
It was a limited time, not a DLC because it wasn't. It was like an addition, an additional character to the game, and it was limited time.
Yeah, it's really good.
Good choice, man. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm going to give that a go.
Have to. Yeah. Yes, please.
So my number 3. So I asked you guys a question earlier on, which would determine if a certain type of game classed as an RPG. Yeah. So number 3 is Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls is an RPG.
Which one?
What was
number 1? But I do like. I love the style of 3, but number 1 is the game that it fucking infuriates me. But I go back and I keep playing it. I can't. I have finished the game. I've done it. I've completed it. But I have bought that game 3 times. Right? Wow. I bought that game when it first came out on the 360. Hated it. Okay. Bought the remastered edition and played through it. Finished it. Done. And now I've got it on the Switch, and I still play it. I can't get enough of it. I love the designs. I love the monsters. I love just everything to it. I mean, why do I keep coming back to it?
You love the punishment. That's what it is.
This is what it must be. I mean, as soon as I get to Ornstein's Mark, I throw my Switch. I can't be bothered, man. Fuck this shit. But why do I keep coming back?
It is a very, very infuriating game.
It's the design. I just love how it all intertwines. Like, you get to one part of the map, you get to a lift, and you're back at the beginning. How the hell is this the design?
It's like you see that door before, you're like, okay, and you go all the way around, all of a sudden you're back at file, and you're like, oh,
wow.
Yeah.
That's what that door was.
And I never forget the first time is like, when you come across the Asylum Beast, it's like the first boss you come across, but you've got nothing but a sword on you. And it was like, I crap my pants back, because I had no idea what to do, you know?
How fun was Blighttown?
Wow.
I hate Blighttown with a passion so much, but it wasn't that bad because the thing was, the Blighttown was an issue with the 360. It wasn't just with the PS3 as well. They had dipping frame rates and whatnot. So when one monster came out, or if you got poison and whatnot, it would really stutter a lot. So when the remaster came out, I appreciate it a lot more. Then it's not as hard as it is on the original version of it, if you will, sort of thing. But yeah, man, it has to go on there. I mean, even though it really infuriates me,
yes, but then
I still have to put it on there.
Yeah, but it's like there's enough about the game that made you go back and redo that level.
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
On. So do you know what I mean? It's like,
like you say, you still have to watch the playthroughs again because I only remember certain bits.
Yeah. But I mean, you could easily make a game and piss people off, and they get to a certain level. And it's like, do you know what? Sod this. I'm not playing that again.
Again, it's a game that just leaves your own devices. Here's that game.
And I have a different experience every time with it. Like,
exactly.
one point, you know the dragon that covers the bridge? And you have to shoot its tail. So, essentially, I played it through once where I keep shooting the tail, and the tail came off, and then he died at the same time as well. Obviously a glitch, but it was just, holy crap, I've just got that was fucking lucky.
And then you could kill all the
And
NPCs.
then I love this. I was like, I love this game. I've just killed a dragon by hitting his tail, even though it shouldn't have done. And then I walk around the corner, and this fucking rat gives the shit out of me. Like, God damn it!
Amazing, a good choice.
But yeah, it has to be on there. That's why I had to find out if you were accepting it into the RPG list.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
that's
it's
why
an
I
RPG.
put it
It's an
it's
RPG
still
all day.
an open world as well, but a bit linear in a
Yeah.
way. But it's still an
I
open world.
wouldn't class it as an open world game. It is more RPG than anything. It is first and foremost an RPG.
Got an element of open world, I reckon.
Maybe,
Yeah,
but
definitely is open world, isn't it? I mean, obviously you got to do certain missions before you can unlock certain areas.
Yeah.
But
Can you go
essentially,
back to those places?
You
and
can,
stuff?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally all intertwined. I don't know how
Yeah.
they did it. It's
Yeah.
just geniusly done.
Yeah.
Everything connects so well. Like you start off from the one point, and then you can go all the way around, and then all of a sudden come around underneath from where you started.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what?
The
Like,
hell?
Yeah.
like in a sense, you're looking for these shortcuts because sometimes you're about to die and you're like, fuck, I need to go back and get. Oh man,
Get back on it.
But how
those
many,
shortcuts
how
are
many
your love
times
bits.
did you go on YouTube or whatever trying to figure
man.
out how to get past certain...
I'm not denying it. I did it a shit ton.
Yeah,
but
it's like- I think we all
absolutely.
do.
There's only much they can do, but like for bosses, they're like, okay, this
Yeah.
is what you have to do, and then it comes down to your skill.
Yeah.
Like,
Sekiro Guru here. I bet that's in your top.
you know what, I didn't put any
can tell.
Souls game in mind.
Wow.
No,
Dunno.
what about Sekiro?
See, I think Sekiro probably would have gone mine, but I have not played it yet.
That's
I
a
own the
bastard
game, but
of a
I
game.
haven't played it.
Is it that hard?
I'm tempted to go back because that's one of the hardest game I've
Yeah,
ever played.
considering
Sekiro?
you're like, oh, don't get challenged with Bloodborne and whatnot. Go play Sekiro, dude.
But I think the more Souls games you play, the better it makes you better as a gamer. I mean, this is why.
So that's a challenge.
No,
G.
seriously. I used to have crap reflexes. Like even the simple of games where you have to dodge. I was shit at it. And he's my witness. And there was a boss. I kid you not, in Sekiro. Like
Oh, I've
he's got
heard.
three. Like I think it's a fourth or fifth boss, and he's got three versions. Like 3 little stages.
Yeah, so
and he watched me.
You
do
think
it,
you've
like, it
killed
was-
him and stage 2 comes out. Yeah,
mate, and you have to study their move, and Sekiro is very different to Souls like because it's not just about dodging. You have to deflect. So you have to deflect it at the right time. The certain move happens, and then you can attack.
Wow.
It's a bastard of a game.
Mortal shells like that. This new
I
one.
do want to go back to it though, but a bastard of a
Yeah,
game.
just very quickly, Dark Souls broke my custom Gears of War.
No way. Did you break it on that as if?
Yeah, mate. Do you know what?
Did you throw it?
You got LB and RB and right trigger, right? So I break it, whatnot, and then fucking forgot it's a custom. You can map the buttons, so I could change it if I wanted to, and I didn't do it. So I could have still played it, but changed the buttons around. I was like, fucking idiot. But yeah, I lost the custom controller for that. Anyway,
Fuck
John,
you, Dark
number
Souls.
2. Number 2, John.
My number 2 is Fallout 4.
That's
Good
You
choice.
know,
What was that?
enough
Fallout
said.
4.
Fallout 4. We've mentioned it several times. I'm not going to go on about it.
Yeah, damn good game.
Yes.
But if it
So
wasn't for
good,
you,
like,
if it wasn't for
really
your, if it wasn't for your stories, John, on Fallout 4, I wouldn't have found that submarine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah? You know what I'm talking about, yeah.
Did you enjoy that part of it?
I did actually. Yeah, it was quite
good story, wasn't it?
Remember his
Yeah.
mod stories as well. He modded the whole level with like jungles or
Sorry,
something.
can we
Oh, no, that
talk
was the
about the
second
mods?
place,
wasn't
We
it?
have to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about the mods on that.
Very quickly.
What? Yeah, sorry, really quickly. Did you do the Iron Man mod on that? Was there an Iron Man mod? Okay.
I did the John Cena one. I don't know if you know
There
about
was a
that.
John Cena one as well. Yeah.
No.
Really?
So cool.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, so you know the rocket launcher,
You
the one
can-
that shoots the little mini nukes.
Yeah, mini nukes,
Yeah, so it shoots teddy bears, and every time it shoots a teddy bear, it goes, John Cena!
Love the mods.
Go on.
It's so cool.
Right, G, number 2.
My number 2 is you're gonna like this one. Nier Automata.
Oh,
Very
I've
nice.
never played
Near
it.
Automata.
Oh mate,
Yeah.
Have you done the 21 endings?
21 in there. I
There's
thought there's
21.
I thought there's 3
It
different.
has 21, dude.
Holy shit. No, like
Another game you've got to go back to.
But this is one of the games that makes me want to come back to it, and
There you go. And
it's kind of got
you got
my-
18 more times.
To do it.
It's kind of reinvented my love for shoot 'em ups.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about the game, and how it changes from a shooter to a
How
hack
do
and
you
slash.
explain that game though? Like
I can't.
I can't explain that game because 1 minute it's like a hack and slash, right? And all of a sudden it's a shoot like side-scrolling shoot 'em up, and then all of a sudden it's a Panzer Dragoon style shooting. You're flying in the air and you're shooting like
Massive robot bosses and whatnot.
And
the style for it is amazing. It's
Yeah.
Platinum Games as well. Who
Yeah,
did?
it's,
Do you ever play Vanquish? Please tell me you play Vanquish.
yeah, no, I got it. And you did. I've downloaded it. And
Fucking, it's a short game, but by God, is it gorgeous to
I've
look
got it.
at.
I've got it downloaded.
Especially if you're into your anime and stuff, dude. Oh,
I need to get in that.
What you got?
Going back to Nier Automata, like the story in that's a genius as well, because what happens is the humans have left Earth, and because of some sort of alien have taken over planet
Robotic
Earth,
race, isn't it?
And then aliens have created these AI robots, like super fighting aliens, and they've come to fight off these aliens.
Fight for humans,
but,
really.
Yeah,
Aren't they?
like spoilers. You find out like at one point, like the aliens have died, and the robots are still there, like doing their thing. And obviously, it's like this question mark, and like the genius side of it is like every area you go to, you're like, what the hell happened here? Like, whoa, what the hell?
Right.
And then like stuff happen. Like you go past this area, and then you come back, and you'll have a massive fight in that area, and then that whole area's changed again, and it's just like genius. And I'll never forget the intro. Obviously, Anne again recommended me to this game.
Sure.
I've just played like the first 30 minutes of it, and it was just,
intro is amazing,
it's
dude.
phenomenal. Like you're going around shooting like all this action sequence, and then all of a sudden you're going around this big tanker. Like you're shooting, like I said, it's like side scrollers, and all of a sudden hack and slash, and it's like your normal shooter again. 4 different angles of this gameplay. I can't explain it. You have to play it yourself. And all of a sudden you do this
It's
level.
on Game Pass, by the way.
It's a Game Pass.
And all of a sudden you go around this level, and then later you have to find out that's the boss that you're fighting later, like 20 minutes later.
Oh, wow.
It's genius. That's like in the space of 30 minutes.
Like a twist.
And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm sold. Like, I really want to,
That's
go
just
back
the
and
opening, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Genius, man.
That was
It's
the
so
end.
it's amazing. And again, like
Amazing.
I played that game, and I just bought the love back for like shoot 'em ups. So I went and downloaded Gunbird 2. on the
Gunbird's
Switch.
amazing.
And a
Dreamcast classic.
Yeah, and Panzer Dragoon 2 as well on the Switch.
Amazing.
And when a game
Sega
does
Saturn
that,
classic.
it's amazing. Yeah, so that's why it's my top 2.
It's amazing. Yeah, like
My number two.
Number 2, good choice. Good choice. Okay, what's number 2, sir?
I had to be cheeky and change it mid podcast.
yeah.
Just because I didn't think it was open world, and we did speak about it already, is
Nice.
Fallen Order. Come on.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
Star Wars
Fallen
Fallen Order.
Order.
Yeah,
you did
it's
say you were going to change it.
Yeah, I had to.
yeah.
Sorry, man. Again, it's just the level design just so beautiful in that game.
It's very Dark Souls-esque as well.
Very, yeah.
Think about
But
it.
I wouldn't say it's definitely not as hard as Dark
No, not at all.
Souls,
But you can be, actually, because there is
I played on the easy difficulty, so
You're going to try the hard. You're going to try the harder version.
I might need to, yeah. Thing is, I don't want to break my controller. Cyberpunk, like you did.
Mate, don't. Bye, rumper button.
You can replace it, but it's just everything is just so beautiful. When you when you think the level couldn't get any bigger, you have to go back to the level again, and it just gets better and better.
You have to get certain abilities to get to that part
Yeah,
of the level.
so
don't you?
you end up you find out that you don't have the ability to carry on further, and you have to travel to another planet, get that ability, and then you end up coming back to that planet for whatever reason, And the whole, just customizing your own, lightsaber, and then
Did you get the double ended?
yeah.
Yes.
I ended up
Darth Maul.
purple color. Come on.
The ending when you can divide it.
Yeah.
My dick got so hard back there.
Oh man, it was just I just went all out on that game. Just searched every corner. I'll do it again, definitely.
Yeah. I'd like to go back and do it in the hard mode.
I really wish they made it. Like I do love the game. It's amazing. I wish they made it more bigger, more like Mass Effect.
I think the sequel will
more
be bigger.
crew,
I think it's
more
just
crew.
a test to see if people will like this type of Star Wars game. And because EA hasn't really done a good job with their Star Wars games at the moment. So I
Yeah.
think it was just
Yeah.
a nice little teaser to see
one
if
of
the
the-
sequel will be... The sequel will be twice
I
as
think
bigger.
they should do it more
Testing
sort
the
of
waters,
Mass
don't they?
Effect style.
Yeah.
I think that would be
would
crew
be-
building sort of. I love
isn't it?
Like the new one they got that this year, Flight Squadron. That's the teaser as well.
Yeah.
Totally, because it's only like £25. It's a very short game.
Yeah.
But if that gets a fan base, then the sequel is going to get even bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at Battlefront.
Yeah.
That would have been
It's like a
absolutely
tester.
perfect if it wasn't, because Battlefront 2 is a damn good game. Hence the not the whole microtransaction
Yeah.
palaver.
Yeah.
But without that, it's actually a damn good game.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So-
like Battlefield.
So
First.
Fallen
That's
Order
cool
2, I think, will be really good.
Especially
Amazing.
when it was it was done. I mean, it was produced by EA, but it was
Yeah.
a company done by Respawn, who actually did Apex Legends.
Titanfall, and they did
Oh, Titanfall as well, yeah,
Yes.
and Apex Legends. I honestly didn't think it was going to be this good.
Mm.
You know, just best Star Wars game for me personally.
Yeah.
There you go.
In
And-
recent times,
wait.
yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
the better ones.
oh yeah, yeah. To be honest, I haven't played the older one, so this
Good
is
choice,
my
man.
first
Good
off.
choice.
Good choice.
Go, Cole.
Okay, go
Nice.
number 2.
All right, number 2. John's gonna love me when I say
Come
this. The Division.
Yay. Which one?
The first one.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I liked
What's
it.
your one?
Hear me out. I liked it because, especially for coming out of a pandemic,
Yes.
and a lot of it makes sense. Whatever.
The
For
board
me-
game.
Amazing board game, by the way.
Yeah,
We've got to talk about that.
Yeah,
in another while.
I pre-ordered and played it from day one. So
Yeah,
yeah.
same. And my mate, he got me into it, and it was like a book. There was like a novel.
Yeah, you
that
can buy
he
it.
also, you can
Yeah.
buy it as well, and it was really good. But for me, the reason why it was good, it was in New York City, and just the whole kind of you traveling through and playing with other players,
Yeah.
and just just taking
I
on
love the
these
lore.
really hard,
They've gone to so much detail in it.
so much exactly. And I liked it, being in like snow and winter time and all of that, and it was just So Division's really good. But I'm going to leave that with John because I think it might be one.
I
of
reckon
his,
he'd be his
so-
number 1.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my
Yeah,
number 1,
exactly.
not yours. It's your turn, my turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
How
it.
many? How long
Yeah.
have you finished it?
I finished it. Yeah, it took me
How many hours
Yeah.
did you play on it?
well over 24.
Well,
More
let's,
than that. I
No.
think
You don't
That's
even want to
nothing.
go where
That's
John's.
let's just say
John, I'm
they
not sure.
pay him now.
Let's just say he's earned his 40 quid.
12, nearly
He's like-
1,300 hours on it.
1,300. Oh,
Jesus
Christ.
Seriously,
Play
some other
1,300
shit.
hours. Yeah.
I just need to get a number into my head. 1,300 hours.
1,300 hours.
Wow. Okay.
Like sometimes he's not even playing. He just like I can't say it. It wasn't just a game for me because they
Yeah.
did all the lore. So you got the background behind all the different factions.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
Okay.
If you ever do a 12-hour shift with John, right, everything connects to the Division.
No, it doesn't.
So it goes from
Not
like
that.
when Border Force come through, they've
No.
got the same body armor. It's got the same Division and stuff like that.
He's teasing me.
Or the police
That's so
officers with the
cool.
guns.
Yeah.
Oh, I've used that weapon before.
Well, yeah. Go on.
We love tease.
Go on.
We love
Yeah.
you, John.
The
We know
passion,
you do.
John. I love the passion.
So my number 2 is already been mentioned is Mass Effect 2.
Yes.
I won't go into detail to it, but I love this game so much. It was the game that got me back into RPGs, which was the question we're going back to earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played number 1, was okay, but when number 2 came out, I was hooked. I was literally hooked. I even nearly lost my wife over this.
Oh my God.
Yep.
True
Hand on
story.
heart, true story. I remember one time, right, we were driving. We didn't have kids or anything. We were like engaged at the time.
Yeah.
And we were driving to her parents, and I just got off the couch and done this mission. I was like, getting my minerals and whatnot, scanning for minerals and whatnot. And on the way to this drive, I was in such a shitty mood. It's like I did not want to go to my in-laws at all. It's like we got to the car, we parked up, and she's like, "What's the matter with you?" He's like, I need to do this. I need to go home. And I need to get Shepard back. And I need to go do this. I need to do that. And we had this massive argument in the car. I swear to God, I nearly lost my relationship with her. This close to it. But anyway, long story short, I got to go back home and do my mission and go back and finish my. Yeah, I didn't finish the game, but. The
Brings
game
a whole new
I
element.
love when a
just
game
pause
does
the
that. Though.
game.
You're just thinking about
Yeah.
it.
But this was it. This is when I had the time to do it, and not being funny. It's like I would have been just bored looking at my phone there, and I'll be looking at
I get it, yeah.
nips and tricks and how to do this mission. But can I just go home and do it? Mate, I was like the soppy. I don't want to go.
Yeah, you're like the little kids sitting there.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so
I know exactly what you're
so
saying.
Mass Effect 2, man, it's got one of the best openings to a video game.
Yeah.
That and God of War 3, of course.
Yeah.
And as well as the ending. If you ever played it, Mass Effect.
I have
No, these
Right,
guys.
Mass
That's on
Effect.
my
Mass
list.
Effect 2 has
Yeah.
one of the best
Yeah.
openings and endings.
Serious.
Yeah, you spend hours and hours and hours with this team, right? And you do this last mission. Not a spoiler for you, but there is a possibility you build this crew up, and one of these crew members could die.
Shit.
Depending on the choices you do or how you act on this last mission, it could all go in just one mission.
Oh wow!
But you feel so connected with everyone, and just like you built this ship, you built this crew. You probably fucked half the ladies in the crew, if you're Big G.
And the
But
guys.
yeah, that's why it has to be number 2. It was the game that got me back into RPGs.
Yeah, it's like,
I went back into, and again, I went back. My number 1's going to be the one where I played it, went back to it. But yeah, it has to be in there. Top
I know
5.
exactly how you feel. It was like in Call of Duty when Ghost got killed off. I was like, oh my god.
man.
So I know exactly.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Does all the
Heartbreaking.
games link up, don't they?
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So if you ever say far from 1, it goes to 2, whatnot, and then 2 to
that's
3.
nice.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool.
Roll on the remastered trilogy. I can't wait for that. John, your number 1, sir. Number 1.
Number ones. Here it goes.
You all know. Division 2.
Two. Okay.
Division 2.
Really? Oh,
Right?
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
that was going to be your number 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm joking, John.
I know. That's why I said you all
Right.
know. Yeah.
So, John, my number 2.
I honestly thought Diablo 2 was going to be your number 1.
No.
Because
Diablo 3,
that's
you mean?
another game you've done shitloads of hours
Oh, yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, honestly, mate, why do you love that game?
What Division?
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
I
Honestly,
feel like I've known you so long.
He's about to tell you.
I can't
I
tell
feel
you
like
why.
I've
You're about to
played
find out.
Division because I know you.
I think because I don't. Do you know? Honestly, I don't really know why. To be fair, right? But I'm surmising here, but I just think it's because it's in a lot of games. It's like Diablo and that, and they're all like fantasy worlds and stuff. You know, like Mass Effect. You're talking about that's like set in space and stuff. None of that happens for us for real because we have, you know. But with the Division, it's like now it's like could be real. It could actually be happening now.
You can relate to it.
So
A lot more.
I don't. I'm not saying that is why I like it. I'm just. I don't know. It's like they've done so much. There's so much lore behind. It's not just the game. It's all the factions within the game. They've all got their own personalities.
Yeah.
Like
the Rikers.
yeah, you know, there's just. I love the first game obviously because I wouldn't have put that much time in if I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But I didn't rate it. I rate the second one slightly better, more because I can go back to New York in the second one.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
I
need to play the expansion one, actually.
But then I would just actually just say the Division because to me the two games is just one game really. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So
we know how much you love that game, man.
Good choice.
I mean, you've played some of it, haven't you?
Yeah. All right, but onto my one. Mine is, I don't know, me and you could probably do it the same. Because I know
Go for it, go.
Witcher 3.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's my number 1 as well. So we'll talk together on this one. Go. Why is it yours?
nice.
I've touched up on it a bit before. Like when you play, like I'm coming off open world games, and it's because there's too much things and very repetitive. And one thing Witcher does so well is like the side missions. Yeah.
Okay.
It's so immersive. Every side mission's not like, oh, you need to go there, get this, and then come back and get paid. Like
My turn.
the side mission stories are so amazing.
Yeah, it is.
And every choice you make, like you can have sort of like conversations with the side characters, and then they'll be like there are 4 different choices. So if you focus on your intelligence or something, you can actually outspeak
you can persuade the
them and stuff like that.
your
Yeah, that's it. It does all that, and then that that probably that'll probably stop you from fighting them or doing other things, or you can actually bribe them as well. So I was one of them that I did improve on my stats on that aspect. Yeah. And I like that fact that you can do all 4. You can actually go the hard way, just knock them out, fight them, whatever. But I like that sort of choice. And every choice you take in the side quest, like it kind of, whatever choice you take, it has a big effect later on. And I love that. And I didn't know they would do it for side stories as well, not just a main story. And it's just brilliant, and it's so immersive. And one thing I really liked is there's a city called Novigrad.
Novigrad.
And it's huge. I think it puts any other games to shame.
Seriously?
It's so well done. It's like you got the rich side and you got the poor side, and I got lost in that city. It's amazing, man.
That's serious.
And
You get lost.
You've got the townsfolk and whatnot, everything.
not just that, this is just little bits.
The bank's run by dwarves and stuff.
Oh, man.
Brilliant.
Oh, wow.
It's so good. And one thing I loved about this was the attention to detail. It's not like, oh, yeah, it's a hack and slash, blah, blah, blah. You come up to an enemy, you try to damage it, and it's like, oh, it's not working. Oh, what? Yeah. You have to study that enemy. You know, you have to find its weakness, and then you have to, you got to build this potion, and then you got to throw it at. Then you use... Oh, every enemy is so unique, and it's just attention to detail to that is just phenomenal. And it's
not a game you can rush.
Yeah, you can't.
I made that mistake with the werewolf storyline.
Yeah,
Ooh. Yeah.
That side, that's a side mission. That's a side mission. It just goes on. You're like, what? You're going like.
So basically, you find this woman's like, you got to find my husband. Turns out he's been bitten by a werewolf. He turns into a werewolf. Okay. You find him in this cave, right? And then there's a point where you hack and slash him, but his energy reboots. And
he keeps on coming back.
Keeps coming back. It heals up, and you think, why is this not working? Why is he not dead by now? And it turns out you need to like build this bomb, which is called a moon dust bomb.
That's it. Yeah.
And you do that, obviously, because it's moon, werewolves moves and stuff.
Smart,
it makes sense to and then it's like, that's how you kill him. That's how you do that.
And it's all
very
there.
clever. Very clever.
You have to every enemy you meet, it's like it kills, builds like this index of like all the monsters
or the oils you put on your sword,
and then you study and you got to read it and find out. So you got to do this, and then for every enemy is amazing.
Yeah, 100% agree. Very quickly though, but this going back to the game as I was saying about starting one and going back to it. So I bought that game opening day release. I heard big things about it. And it was very much up my street, fantasy, whatnot, sort of thing. Yeah. Very Dungeons & Dragons-esque, if you will. Yeah. And I played up to the part where you kill the griffin, the first few stages. I think you go to level 4 or something.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was just like, I don't think I'm going to be able to get into this. It's just, you've got so much to do going into menus, rebuilding your sword and stuff. I was like, I can't be doing this. Fuck this shit. And I literally left it for 3 years. 3 years I left it. And I don't even know why I went back to it.
I remember you saying
kept going. I just kept feeling like, oh shit! I really should go back and do it again.
Felt like you needed to complete it.
Yeah, because I didn't realise when I bought the game, I actually bought the DLC as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
came with it.
I've got that. I've got the whole lot.
Instead of going back, instead of like starting from when I left off, I actually went back, redid it all, and I was hooked from the start. Again, because the game sort of tells you what you got to do. But like G says, you learn it as you go along. Yeah. If you pay more attention to it, which I didn't do first time round, it does sort of like, oh, you have to do this, you have to learn this and learn that.
Yeah. That's where I am.
And then when it gets to, so when I finished the main game, I had another DLC called Blood and Wine, and it's practically the game again. So not only is Witcher over 100 hours gameplay, the DLC alone is over 100 hours as well.
Come on.
It's just a whole new game.
It's absolutely whole new game. Like Toussaint, for example. Toussaint is like even bigger than the one he's talking about. It's just
mate.
But it has to be there. Yeah.
One little thing, like you can carry the heads of the monsters on roach
trophies,
and like
that's so cool.
It has like boosts for your character, but
contracts.
Yeah. But it just looks cool, man. You just hang the head of a griffin and you're on the side of the horse. It's like, oh, badass, man. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what I was just going to put in there. Back to Kedge.
Amazing.
Number one.
My number one is actually Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Yeah.
Zelda.
Yes, high five. It's already been spoken about. Again, this is an amazing game. It's definitely one of my top Legend of Zelda games. Simply because it's just, you can do anything and everything in the game from the get-go. It's just beautifully designed. It's a beautiful game, man.
It's a beautiful game.
The whole, you obviously get the moss sword eventually. The first time they actually did the whole durability of your weapons, disintegrating eventually, and your shields, arrows, whatnot. And
I really think the Master Sword's downgrade. Like, it's not as powerful as other games.
If I had to choose stuff I didn't like about the game, it probably would be that. But then if they did, it would be everybody would just be using
too
it.
OP, and then no point.
There's no point of any other weapons in it. The fact that you can just you'll be able to, they're changing your gear. Did you end up getting the old green tunic in the side quest?
Yeah, you get that if you get all the shrines.
Dude, I killed a shitload of guardians, and I ended up buying the guardian armor in the end.
Oh, well, so you can buy that?
Yeah, you can actually buy it because when you kill them, they drop screws and all that.
The guardian ancient screws and stuff.
There's a dude in the corner of the map that can build it for you, can't he? Yeah, I had to get that in the end. Oh, it's so good.
I always don the.
No one cares. Move on.
Just one more thing. You know, when you start and stuff, you come across these like enemies you can't really kill at the first, and then obviously you want to get stronger and stuff, and you come back and you're like, just run over their ass, innit? Just beat them.
Like that dude that's like half lion, half horse.
Yeah, the Minotaur? Centaur.
No, he's like a
Minotaur? Is it Centaur or Minotaur?
They call it thing?
Centaur.
I can't remember the name.
No, but he's
I know who you're talking
about. I can't remember what they're called, but they're called a specific thing.
They're like different versions of them.
Yes.
Stronger versions,
Mate, they're bastards.
That's my number one. I'm going to pass it over to Goku.
Last one, sir. You're the last one.
Last one. Okay. Oh, okay.
Pressure.
What's it going to be? For me, so this game is what got me into RPG, which kind of like goes back to the first question, and you asked about what got you into RPGs, and I was so holding back. For me, it was Fallout 3.
Yeah.
And that was the first,
2 Fallouts in this.
Literally, yeah. And for number 3, that's what introduced me into the RPG world. I was at that point in my life playing video games. I was I didn't like the idea of RPGs. I was like, it's just a waste of time. This is not down my street. It's, that kind of, it's for people who are in their rooms and that's what they do.
It's not real.
Yeah, it's not real.
Liam Neeson's my dad. It's not real. He is though in that game.
It is, exactly. Yeah. And then I borrowed the PS3 version from Gal, and I would do this thing where I just go into his house and I just take his games and you don't even know. So you know what I mean. So I'd be like, "Oh, cool. Where's it gone?" And I'd be like, "I don't know."
Please tell me you traded it afterwards.
No, only I did.
Probably did.
I was going to say, I think I did.
Probably.
By that point, you probably had the next one. Yeah, it's going to get me back. Yeah. But then I played that, and it was so I went to university, and I came back, and I was bored at home. Like we had no exams, and it was the Easter break, and I had 3 weeks, and I just put that game on, and I played it from the beginning. And you're talking about the Pip-Boy thing, and that is huge. That mechanic itself is huge when you play this game. If you understand that, the game is so much better, you know. And so the whole RPG element, the little things like being able to play in first person and third person, you know, like for me, perspective thing is like, that's just another thing.
Yeah, you can do that.
You can do that.
Yeah,
you can switch between the two. Yeah, and also another thing, just the story. I mean, there's like this juxtaposition. That's a big word. But basically, the idea that it's a dark game, but it's this color around it, and the Pip-Boy is colorful. He's a cartoon, and all this when there is a shitload of darkness, shrouded in that game. So really, a lot of dark.
Very dull looking, apocalyptic looking.
Yeah, exactly. And it's dark, and the stories, about how the robot would kidnap this kid. And the parents have gone out looking for it, but you're that person who's trying to uncover it, and you talk to other NPCs, and literally the whole Easter was just spent playing that game.
Did you nuke
and I was
that
like,
city?
RPGs. Nuketown.
Did you nuke it?
I nuked Nuketown.
No, did you?
It's called Nuketown, isn't it?
Yeah, but you
think,
get the
like
option to bomb it or something like that.
Yeah, you press the button, and I did it. Yeah, because I thought, that's pretty cool. Okay, but then see when you do that, things happen after. It's kind of
choice.
like the butterfly
comes with consequence.
Yeah, I love when a game gives you choices. Yeah. It's just
exactly. Yeah. But yeah, Fallout 3. So that's what got me into RPGs.
Choice.
Nice. So that's it. We've come to an end.
Nice.
Some good choices there.
Wow.
Very good choices.
Yeah.
So anyone else want to touch up anything? If not, we'll leave it at that.
Just want to say Witcher's badass.
Honorable mentions.
Quick honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Oh crap! Red Dead, GTA San Andreas.
Oh, shut up! That's it.
Division shit.
Alright, so guys, if you'd like to follow us on the M.T.V.B podcast, we're on Facebook, which is the M.T.V.B podcast, or on Instagram, which is at M.T.V.B podcast. Subscribe to be notified when future episodes are available. And this is the M.T.V.B podcast, as well as the Ant-Man. This is signing off.
See you guys. Take care. Hope you enjoy listening.
Thanks, guys.